Live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to No Bucks Given, episode number 47. I had to double check that. No, I didn't. I knew off the top of my head. I knew it was episode 47. Right here on the Horny Goat YouTube channel and the Horny Goat Podcast Network, where, of course, you can listen to us on your favorite places to stream your music or podcast from. This is the show where, of course, we just talk about whatever, see what's going on in the news, don't give a shit, and just kind of give no bucks at all. We have the wonderful Horny Goat crew with us this fine evening, and thank you guys for all joining us here this fine Saturday evening back in the swing of things. We got, of course, the tattooed mama herself, Heather. We got Jay Pizzle, and we've got Gina with us. How you guys all doing, fam?
I'm doing great. Is anybody else seeing? Okay,
Yes.
I got it. Never mind.
Do you know? So
What?
I got a question for everybody. You know what soaking is?
Oh, yeah.
Like sexual soaking?
There it is.
We're not even fucking 5 minutes into it.
Angie, soaking.
Yes.
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 Gina, do you know
Yeah.
what soaking is?
Yeah.
So go ahead, Gina, and explain to everybody what soaking
wanna.
is.
I don't wanna.
I want to look up the actual way, like it's described
Connor?
in Urban Dictionary.
Heather, you know what? Heather explained it so eloquently. Go ahead.
It is where the Mormons have sex without having sex. He just slides the dick in and they just lay there.
That's right. There's no
That is
thrusting.
not what I thought it
Now,
was.
Yeah.
now, what happens? Sometimes.
Sometimes they invite their friends over to jump on the bed. Wow,
Get that motion in the ocean going.
That's what a waterbed would be perfect.
Let's chalk that up to things I didn't fucking need to know for 1,000.
Oh, you did too. You did too. It's okay.
So, is that where Super Soaker
You know
comes
what
from?
that was? 50. I didn't know what that was.
Is that where Super Soaker comes from?
Every day, right?
The more you know.
Sure.
We got the wonderful people in the chat. We got Alpha, we got Tim, we got Jurgen Muyen, we got Paul R. Zola joining us in the chat. Thank you guys for coming out and always appreciate the love and support. As JP educates everybody on what the fuck soaking is. So that's a fun way to kick off the show. We have to even fucking not even 10 minutes in, and we're like already like, did you know? And JP's random facts, I'm sure, are going to be very, very fun. So aside from JP's soaking party, how you guys? How's Heather and Gina doing this fine evening?
I'm Wendy free, so I'm doing very well.
Holy shit!
Home by herself.
I need
I am in
either.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hey, welcome to the good state.
No, I hate
Kidding.
this.
I'm kidding. It's shit here.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, aside from needing a Xanax or weed from today's shopping trip, I'm doing great.
That's a broad spectrum right there.
Besides needing Xanax or weed,
Maybe both. I dealt with Target people today in like a big town and just fuck all of you. Just fuck all of you.
What's wrong
I'm
with
not going to
Target?
go into this again.
Is it-
Don't get me
no.
started.
I hear
Don't
you,
get me
I
started.
hear you.
This is the
Yeah,
show.
They're
to
cold
do.
so
as-
rude. They are so fucking rude. You say excuse me like 15 times and they won't move. So I finally like fucking ran my cart into like a fucking bitch's ankle. I don't give a fuck. I asked you to move.
I'm
It
waiting for my
is
soaking
7
party.
degrees. It is 7 degrees here in Minneapolis today.
Heather,
Right now, it is.
Yes, it is. And with the wind chill, it feels like it is negative below zero.
Heather, you enjoying the
We
quiet?
don't
over
have
there?
much of a wind up here. But
Well,
it
you're in the
actually,
cities, that's why.
actually, I'm not. I'm actually in Bloomington, which is
That's
outside.
part of the cities.
Yeah, well, I'm nowhere near.
Okay, but okay, you have Minneapolis and St. Paul. Bloomington is in the cities that surround that. So when I say the cities, I mean all of it.
Oh yeah.
We're not far behind. We're at 12 degrees with a real feel of 7. Here.
Oh, God. Hold on.
Yeah, currently in the wonderful tundra that I am in here in Minnesota, it is. Oh, actually, we're doing better than JP right now. Which I honestly think this is bullshit. It says 19 with a real feel of 15, which if you go outside, it's a lot fucking colder than that.
It is.
A real feel of 11 here.
What is it here? It's like
You're more north than me right now, though, so that makes sense.
it's almost 50 degrees here.
Fuck you.
I'm not kidding.
Real. Real. You're what? You're what now?
Almost
Connor?
50.
Nice, man.
What an asshole.
No, it's one of the rare times where like this is the time of year I want like a little bit of snow, and the next like 2 weeks it looks like it's just not gonna fucking happen.
Wow, we got snow and heavy wind on the forecast for Tuesday.
Yeah, we had a couple one Christmas. Well, I mean, we've had a few Christmases where there was like barely any snow, but we had one Christmas where there was just like no fucking snow. And then on Christmas Day, it decided to just downpour. Now, when I say fucking downpour, I mean like this is the most that I've ever seen it fucking rain here. Trying to carry gifts into the house in like 4 inches of water. That was great.
I was gonna say, is it technically a downpour if it's snow, or is it more just like a intense flurry?
Oh no! It was raining that year. Like that was we didn't have any snow. It was so weird.
I'll tell you that Tuesday I drove up in the blizzard.
Oh my god, are you insane?
Yes.
He had no choice. He had to do it for work.
Christ, that shit was nuts on Tuesday.
I mean, it was nuts, but it wasn't too bad. There are some people were dumb, stupid, and moronic, but it wasn't.
That's typically the case.
It wasn't technically a blizzard either. It was a winter storm warning, but not a blizzard because so like you didn't have the wind to deal with.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, everybody, just as long as you took your time and didn't drive like an asshole, like everybody did.
Yes.
Besides me, you're fine.
Yesterday, sorry.
I was just say, Alpha said in the chat, it's 65 here down here now. It's actually supposed to be warm next week. In fact, they're supposedly going to get as high as 80 at one point. And then
Louisiana.
And then Jurgen says it's 59 in Texas. That kind of makes sense depending on certain parts of the country, but like I should not be fucking 50 degrees up here in New England. Like that doesn't feel right.
Yesterday here, like last
lower
night between
50s, upper 40s right now.
Last night between like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and 3 a.m. we were under a wind warning. And it was like 50 plus mile an hour winds and just whiteout conditions last night. Because in my area, we ended up only getting like, I don't know, it was like 4, maybe 6 inches on Tuesday.
Hey, 4 to 6 inches is pretty impressive still. So, I mean, just
shut up. We're talking snow, Connor, not anything else.
Oh, shit, I completely blanked out. I'm sorry.
But like the wind started just fucking going nuts yesterday. And yeah, my house was like creaking and shit. It was weird.
So global warming is across the board. Then, yeah, that's the message I got from all of it. But other than that, we got some cool stuff to talk about this evening. I don't know about cool, but definitely intriguing stuff to talk about. So you guys can of course join along in the conversations. We have linked to some of the articles down in the description here on YouTube. You guys want to join along in the conversation. The first one I want to talk about because I figured this one is going to be this one just caught my eye because of just the sheer like, oh my god, I can't fucking believe this is happening. Let's talk about everyone's favorite rapper, Kanye West. What in the fuck is going on with him?
He's gone crazy. Like he's lost his shit completely.
So for those of you who don't know what the hell we're talking about or missed it, and the only reason I actually heard about this was actually on Twitter, ironically. Kanye West, Ye as he's now called, right? Ye or whatever he's fucking called himself now, showed up on the Alex Jones show. Okay, that didn't even, okay, that was one big, like, that's bizarre. And I'm paraphrasing here because I don't want to, like, go into too much of this, but he basically gave a lot of props to Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
And just real quick, you guys can see on the screen. That's what he wore to the fucking show. Is what you see up here on the monitor here. And he was trying to, you know, it's bad when Alex Jones is trying to like fucking like pull you back in and be like, nah, just like calm shit down. It's he's got to be fucking done at this point. Like there's no way he's gonna fucking. I don't think he's coming back from this shit.
It's not that he's done. It's the fact that he's done this after submitting his forms to be put on the 2024 presidential docket.
And you would think that he would have learned from the last presidency.
Didn't he do that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And he got like 200 votes.
He did not. 8 million votes.
How many?
Million. If
You'd be cutting out how many million?
5 million. Okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's actually more than I completely expected to. But
It's all the people that pay for his music.
Okay, that makes sense. But I mean, even if you like the guy, even if you were a fan of him beforehand, they were trying to go on this, like, you could tell Alex Jones was trying to, like, set him up for, like, trying to, like, come across as like, no, I'm not anti-Semitic, I'm not this, and trying to really push the idea that he's not an anti-Semite, and then just completely the opposite direction.
Well, here's the thing. Jurgen in the chat said that he needs to be canceled. He won't be. That's the problem, because he's fucking Kanye West. If this would have been anybody else, they would have been canceled already, like, months ago when they started doing this shit to begin with. But it's Kanye West. Which I don't understand the big deal about him anyway, because, like, to me, he hasn't been relevant since he put out, like, fucking Gold Digger in, like, 2000 and whatever the fuck that was.
So I just looked at it. He got 60,000 votes.
I knew it wasn't a million.
Joe Jorgensen got 1.5 million. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
He was libertarian.
Yeah.
So,
The only reason I bring this up is because, like, I knew that he was a little off from some of his previous behaviors and sayings and whatnot, but, like, okay, like, all right, it's just Kanye. Let him do his thing, and then just, like, this is bad. It's just the whole thing of, like, he goes on there in the outfit that you see him on screen there, doing, and just I don't understand what he thinks he's doing or what he's trying to do or like, if he thinks he's trying to fucking save himself, he's just fucking dig the grave now and just pile the dirt on there.
See, here's the
It's
thing.
not him trying to save himself in the slightest. This is him being extremely unmedicated in a very, very dangerous place right now.
Here's the thing. He did not get, like, dangerously crazy like this until Kim Kardashian asked, like, he was crazy before that, don't get me wrong, but he got dangerously crazy after she asked for the divorce. And their divorce, like, if you paid attention to any of his behavior in the corresponding events that have happened since she filed for divorce in, I think it was January 2021 or something like that, every single time that something major happened to progress that divorce case, he has had an outlash like this. And his divorce was literally just finalized, like, the day before he went and did this shit. So it's literally like we're watching his mental breakdown and nobody's doing anything about it.
Nope.
To go back to his cancel thing. Agree, what he's doing is stupid, but he is voicing his opinion on this. I don't agree with it. I truly don't. I think what he's doing is asinine, and he's just looking for attention. Speech at it. This is what free speech is. This is what free speech is. This is what he thinks free speech is. Can somebody tell him that he shouldn't do that? Sure. But is it against the law for him to do it? No.
I
want people to clearly understand. I'm not talking to anybody here on the panel, but I want people to clearly understand he can say whatever the fuck he wants.
Right, but, like, he's come dangerously.
I understand. Well, saying Hitler was a great man make it illegal for him to say that.
Yeah, there's thousands of people in this country that say the same thing. I mean, you can't put him in jail for that. But the thing is, he's inching himself more and more close to domestic threats or, like, terroristic threats.
he threatened the government in any way, shape, or form.
Not domestic threats, but like terroristic threats. He's inching closer to that. He has not hit that threshold yet. But if he keeps on going, I'm afraid that he is going to hit that threshold.
To answer your question, JP, no, not to my knowledge.
If he does that, then he will. So then he will be considered. The FBI will be looking at him.
Oh yeah. Already. I mean, I'm pretty sure they already are.
I just want people to understand, if you start canceling you might as well just fucking cancel everything. And Jurgen, I know what you're saying. I'm not trying to say, you have your right to say he needs to be canceled. I get that. But if we start doing that, we're going to cancel everything. We're going to say, fuck it, cancel JP because he just said Kanye West can say whatever the fuck he wants.
And
cancel JP. I'm behind
JP.
I'm behind that movement. No, I'm kidding.
No, you're right. Like, can he say that stuff? Yeah, he can say whatever the fuck he wants. What is more?
It's right.
Right. What is intriguing more is just watching, kind of like what Gina said in conjunction with his like divorce proceedings, is watching him fucking deteriorate. And you know, like I said, he's done crazy, like kind of outlandish thing before in terms of like, oh, it's just being wackiness, but like this is borderline self-destructive if it's not already due. So because I don't know how he's gonna bounce back from this. I'll be very honest with you. He was already losing sponsorships beforehand, so it's like.
And the thing is say whatever you want about Kim Kardashian. I don't like her either. But she did try to get him help. Like when they were still married, he was institutionalized, and she tried to get him help because he was beginning like this reckless behavior. And for all we know, he could have had this reckless behavior the whole time. It's just he was kind of censoring himself. But I mean, I know Adidas just recently dropped him.
Yep.
Because of the way that he was treating the Chinese workers. So that's a huge one that he lost, and it's just a matter of time before more and more people are gonna stop sponsoring him, and they're just gonna drop him altogether, and then he's gonna become irrelevant.
Until let him do that himself. Album. But we don't need to cancel him. He can say whatever he wants.
He will cancel himself.
Cancel himself. Let shit happen. That's what I say. Let shit happen.
Yeah, he's on his way to canceling himself. Just let it be.
Let it happen. Yep. And Gina's right. That's my point. Let shit happen. He will ultimately go so far that, like, Alex Jones is reining this guy in.
That's bad.
What does that tell you?
Yeah.
It tells you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
The guy, his anti-Semitism, this is what Trump gets blamed for. Everybody says he's anti. He is not anti-Semite. Donald Trump is Jewish, everybody. Didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Like Jewish or like Jewish?
Fucking Connor.
What? I'm asking.
Jewish or like Jewish?
He practices that. From what I've understood, is he's practicing.
I thought he was Catholic.
Yeah, I thought so too for some reason.
We have never had a Catholic president.
I have a feeling that. Wait, really?
We have John F. Kennedy.
Okay, I was gonna say like JFK,
but I'm talking on the Republican side. It's never been a. Anyway.
I have a feeling that Kanye is going to turn into the next Ezra Miller on the show.
He's going to fly right the fuck past Ezra and make Ezra seem like a fucking saint. He keeps going the way he is. If anything, this needs to be a social studies in fucking mental health for the young people out there who don't understand what's going on with themselves.
Right.
If you feel any sort of way that is any reminiscent to what Kanye is going through right now, you need to go see counselor and find out if you're bipolar, schizophrenic, or manic depressant.
I'll be honest, when I like saw the clip, I'm like, that's not really Kanye. I think someone's just like, oh, it sounds like him. It's like, no, it's fucking him. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Well, to pivot,
I just want to clarify something. Donald Trump also is not Jewish. He was baptized First Presbyterian.
But that doesn't mean
sounds like a tax bracket.
whatever religion you want to practice. I do know that he does practice that religion.
Do you think it's because
more
of
you know, I
Ivanka,
guess.
or
Ivanka?
who knows?
Is Ivanka Jewish?
Or Jewish?
Didn't she like just die?
What? No, that was her.
Recently.
Ivanka is his daughter. You're talking about Melania Trump.
No, I'm talking about Ivania, his first wife.
Ivania, I think,
yeah.
passed away, yes.
No, you're right. It's because he has a daughter named Ivanka. That's what I'm saying.
God damn it!
Yeah, I always get the mom and the daughter confused.
Bring out the family
Like-
tree. I've heard. I was gonna say I always get the mom and the daughter confused. I've seen certain movies start off that way with that premise, but go ahead.
Way difference between I've never heard anything that this guy has said, so I don't care. When it comes to this, I don't pay attention to this guy. I don't.
Yeah, I don't really care about Kanye himself, and just more of a shock value of, oh my god, I can't believe he just like, oh, by the way, hey, I'm not even gonna bother fucking repeating what I said. But speaking of,
He did take a step in the right direction and got rid of his campaign manager, who was an extremist.
I was gonna say, if he was Jewish, that would have been such irony.
That's always great.
No, he's formerly Jewish and an extreme anti-Semite.
How does that work?
What? That's
Like,
so
do you
backwards.
hate yourself? Do you hate yourself? Like, I legitimately, I would love to have a conversation with this guy, because I want to be like, okay, you were Jewish, but now you hate Jewish people. So do you hate yourself, or?
Oh, and he cured himself of being gay.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure,
he's one of
fuck
those.
them.
Yeah, he's one of those.
So he is one of those that is probably fucking
Mentally retarded?
He'll identify himself as a furry.
Wouldn't surprise me if that's where it ended up going with that one.
Yeah.
Didn't you know that's the cure? Anyway, moving pivoting off of, actually, since we're speaking of Alex Jones just filed for bankruptcy, which the only reason I mean, fucking not really much of a surprise considering how much was it he owed, like a shit ton.
$1 gazillion, yeah.
It was
It's
somewhere in the
1.9 billion, I believe the final total was.
yeah. So
Yes,
I don't know. I was trying to pull up the article real quick, but I don't know how that's going to impact.
He declares bankruptcy, he's free and clear of that charge.
Here you go.
Because
I thought he was still liable, because when you file for bankruptcy, you're still liable for certain things.
Well, it says here, he is personally seeking federal bankruptcy for nearly $1.5 billion he owes Sandy Hook families he defamed, according to a court document filed in Texas on Friday. It's too soon to say.
Sorry?
It's too soon to say what effects Jones' third bankruptcy filing this year will have on the ability of the Sandy Hook families to collect the hundreds of millions Jones owes them after the jury awards in August and October in Texas. Yeah, I know, right? In Texas and Connecticut, except that all state court proceedings will be stalled while the higher federal bankruptcy courts sort out Jones's financial mess. After a hearing on Friday that had been scheduled to discuss freezing Jones's asset was stalled due to his personal bankruptcy filing, lead attorney for 8 Sandy Hook families and FBI agent who Jones defamed said justice would prevail. So it looks like they're going to still try and push through with this, but this seems like a kind of a bullshit tactic.
it's worked for many other people.
Well, Trump did it.
I was about to say, I
Everything about Trump today?
But
Well, to be fair, it was 3 different casinos that he claimed bankruptcy on and got out from underneath the overhang from them because they weren't doing well.
Damn.
So
I mean, he's gonna do that. Then his lawyers probably advised him to do that. That's how he's gonna get out of the loophole out of fucking paying a dime. He's gonna do it.
well,
I think we even said that. I think Basement even said that.
yeah,
yeah, and on top of that,
even with a payment plan, paying off that amount of money, he's never going to pay it off entirely before he dies, no matter how much he makes.
He files for bankruptcy, and he can just
It wipes it clean from his
I
record.
don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. I'm not even going to go.
It
With
wipes it
bankruptcy,
clean.
it all depends because some things will be wiped clear and some things will not. I think basically it comes down to the court system and like their ruling as to what is wiped clear and what isn't. I'm not sure exactly how it
Yeah, I
works,
know
but that's
a
my
certain-
understanding.
I know a certain somebody we all used to know had done the same thing, and everything was cleared off of her record.
Twat waffle. Okay. Anyway,
So,
Holy
what's in?
bankruptcy.
I can't say I'm too surprised by him pulling this, but I mean, shit. You talk about like the family's never seen the money. Jones, like I think the next day or week or whatever after the hearing of like or the sentencing of how much he owes them, he's like, oh cool, yeah, give money. He goes, I don't have this fucking money. Like he made it very publicly clear that he's not going to be like able to pay them, let alone if he wanted to. So
No.
I can't say I'm fucking surprised by any of this. And yeah, this just seems like another bullshit ploy and tactic to fucking.
I mean, at that rate, with that amount of money, I don't even think Bezos would be able to afford to pay them.
Well, it's 1.5
I mean,
billion
honestly,
total.
honestly, like I think we've talked about this already. You know, like the ruling and the judgment. It kind of crosses a threshold with free speech, you know. But if they're going to start doing that, then instead of coming up with, and I realize this was a civil lawsuit, so you can't really put them in jail.
Yep.
But there's got to be, like, if they can't pay, then there's got to be an alternative. You know, like, in my opinion,
Blood.
anyway, there has to be an alternative. No, like, if they can't pay, then they serve
Community service.
community service, 60 days in jail, something. There's got to be an alternative because otherwise they're basically, and I'm not just talking about Alex Jones here because this happens in a lot of other cases as well.
Yeah.
Basically they're just getting off scot-free.
The
Can't throw somebody in jail for a civil suit.
And I stated that before.
no,
Well,
right.
you
I
can't
stated
even
it
have
before,
an
but like,
alternative.
well, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, otherwise, what are you gonna do? They're getting off scot-free. So like there has to be an alternative, like community service. Fine, I understand you can't put them in jail. Community service, something. There's got to be something.
Charity for that
Basically
event.
laughing into court. They're
Force them
laughing into
to-
fucking court.
Force them to, if they're a celebrity, force them to work a charity for that event.
Right.
I wouldn't consider Alex Jones a celebrity, but yes, I agree with that sentiment.
I mean, he's more famous than any of us will ever be. So
Famous than us, and I'm pretty sure he gets some people if I can donate money to a cause. I guarantee it.
I mean, look at I mean, you can see from the GIF. But
at the end of the day,
Go
when it
milk
comes
cows.
down-
Apparently, he's good at pulling on teats. He can go milk some cows because
Yeah,
That's what I was dying at before. Fucking, I was over here.
what were we saying? Heather?
to add on to what Gina was saying there, with this, honestly, it should be fixed that the total sum of a ruling cannot go past a certain amount.
Agreed.
And they need to do the research into the amount of revenue that is actually made on that video for that segment.
I completely agree.
And not just say, oh, well, he got 1.9 billion or 1.9 million views on this video. The
Yeah.
entire video, not just this segment, the entire video.
Yeah.
After it had been up for months.
And I mean, you know, obviously we had all agreed before, you know, that it was kind of Sandy Hook's a touchy subject, but it's kind of bullshit that they won this money to begin with because it is free speech. Like what he was saying was fucking awful, and he's a douche canoe.
Yep.
And I hope he rots in hell. But it's free speech, you know. So then you're treading on free speech, and what is actually free speech, and what is not. You know.
Yeah. No, I agree with you because I remember when this.
Why that they only targeted Alex Jones and they haven't gone after Brian Kendrick or Ronda Rousey. Because they are also in the same boat as him in what he said.
Right.
He was just the loudest
Yeah.
fucker in the room. I'm right there with you in the sense. I think I brought this up, or someone brought this up when we were originally talking about
When
this
we
before,
talked about the story, we all said the same thing.
where it's like this is very intriguing to see how it's going to play out in future cases of the free speech. I don't want to say pitch, but using that as like, okay, because before, the wonderful day and ages of the internet. Hi to everybody who's listening and watching this on the internet, by the way. You know, you had the FCC kind of overlooking radio and television, and even though, you know, again, free speech, but they had a more stricter grip on content and what could be said and done and all that stuff. You know, with the 7 things you can't say on television, that is still one of my favorite bits of all time. But I mean, fucking Carlin went to like the Supreme Court overhaul that thing. But the point being is that shit like this would not have flown pre-internet. It would have not have. It wouldn't have not made air even if he was live.
In the 90s, this would not have been allowed.
No, not at all. So go ahead, JB.
You brought up George Carlin. Just imagine if he was alive today.
I say that every fucking week. Honest to God.
I fucking love George
Would
Carlin so much.
say with what's going on in the world today.
Oh, he would have a fucking 5 specials ready to go.
My God.
Yeah.
That man, he'd have so much fucking material.
COVID alone.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. But
The cancel culture bullshit.
oh,
he would,
everything. But the reason I bring that up is because, yeah, like I was just saying, like it's very so with this case, what's going to be interesting is how the precipice will be set for, you know, I mean, shoot, there's been so many like internet related and web related crimes and other like, you know, civil suits, other suits, etc. And you know, the internet being this like almost like a wild west in some cases of like what you can and say and can't do. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen in the next like 10, 20, 30 years as far as how situations like this will play out. You know, good, bad, or indifferent. What's up, Federico? Joining us in the chat too.
You know what, like, and Connor, you said, like, could you imagine this stuff happening in the 90s? But there's so many problems with today's world that you would never see happening in the 90s because media has a huge control over everybody in today's society, which is why you see the division that you see now. You didn't, there was division in the 90s, yeah, but you didn't see it as frequently because you watched the news in the 90s and it was the news. It wasn't the made up news.
It's funny you say that. I was thinking about that the other day, to go off on a tangent. I don't know if like I'm gonna go off on the basis that I'm a fucking idiot and just naive. But I feel like did shit get more complicated and more complex, or is it just me getting older? Like I feel like the world was, you know, I mean, politics always sucks.
Simpler back then?
Yeah, simpler time. Yeah, you were a fucking child. But no, I'm like, am I just fucking naive? Like, am I that naive to it, or I wasn't aware or cognizant of it?
Shit has gotten much more complicated today because
like, fuck.
The news is no longer like media can. Okay, think about it. When we were kids, yeah, we were kids, but I don't know about you guys. I had to watch the fucking news with my parents, my grandparents. You know, wherever I was, I had to watch the damn news, so I knew what was going on.
It's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are for the last time? No.
Exactly. Yeah, for the last time, she's sitting in the front of the fucking TV playing the antenna. But you know, back then, the media could really only grab people, whether it be via the television on the news or the radio.
Yep.
You know,
or the newspaper itself.
Right. Whereas today, you have the internet, so everybody has a mini computer in their hand
24/7
at all times. Exactly. And like if there's anything major, whether it be something with a celebrity or something with politics, war, whatever, you're going to see it on your phone because if you open up Twitter, there's news on Twitter. You open up Facebook, there's literally a little tab that says news on Facebook. It's fucking everywhere and it is shoved down our faces all the time. And that is why we see the divide that we see today because everybody is I don't want to say everybody's buying into the propaganda that they're selling, but a large majority of people are buying into what they're reading on their screens without questioning it. And that's the problem.
And that's why we're here to entertain you.
Go ahead, Heather. And then I do want to say
the other issue is a lot, as we were talking about with the Paul Pelosi case.
It's one-sided.
Oh yeah.
It's not even just that it's one-sided. That news broke with literally 2 sentences of information.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So and two, the whole Elon Musk and Apple removing their app from Twitter and Twitter from their app store or whatever. I don't know. I was scrolling through Twitter last night and I seen this tweet. Elon Musk tweeted. It's at Apple, by the way, everybody. And thanks at Tim Cook _Cook for taking me around Apple's beautiful HQ. And he said, good conversations. Among other things, we resolved the misunderstanding about Twitter potentially being removed from the App Store. Tim was clear that Apple never considered doing so.
Right. I mean,
That is coming from the man. That is coming from the man was there, spoke to these people.
Mm-hmm.
So Twitter's not going anywhere. I don't know.
And I also want to point out that not only did Elon say that it was pretty much bullshit, but the head guy from Apple commented on that tweet, and he verified that they were never considering that happening.
It's money. Either way, they would lose a bunch of
ad revenue because of all the people that do advertising on Twitter.
By the way, I'm putting in my application for my blue check mark today. But go ahead, see.
Well, and not only that, but I mean, I don't want to say that something is.
I honestly thought about doing it, Connor. I have seriously thought about doing it.
You gotta have a fucking
I've thought about making a separate Twitter profile and making it all Sensi and getting the blue check mark.
Fuck it. Shit, I mean, JP, if you do it, though, you got to, like, fucking change your handle or something fucking really weird. Just because I've seen a couple people, like, with the blue check mark. It's just fucking bizarre. But...
Yeah, you know what I'm going to change it to? Kanye is the shit.
Do you really want to align yourself with Kanye right now?
No!
No, I keep, every once in a while, I'm like, you know, you see all these, different things that we talked about here numerous times on the show with like, political stuff or war or all these different like things and all these craziness, riots and all this crazy shit. And part of me is like, oh yeah, the world's going to hell in a handbasket. I'm like, I don't remember it being this bad when 20 years ago when I was in a diaper. I wish, but
it wasn't. That's because it wasn't pushed on us at all the time. Now that's not to say that there wasn't political issues, because obviously there fucking were, but it just wasn't pushed down our throat 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
I only like certain things pushed down my throat.
Oh.
I really got to start finishing my sentences. Anywho, speaking of which, let's talk. We'll switch gears here to more fun debacle. I know that. JP wanted to talk about this extremely as well. Well, not extremely, but wanted to definitely talk about this. The Danny Masterton.
Segues, Connor.
Yeah,
segues.
Segues. I am the master of them, clearly.
You're literally talking about shoving something down your throat, and then speaking of which, Danny Masterton.
See, Danny Masterton has been his rape case has been declared a mistrial. So. For those of you who don't know, That 70s Show star had pleaded not guilty to 3 counts of felony rape following accusations by 3 different women. The alleged act took place between 2001 and 2003. On count 1, 2 jurors voted for guilty and 10 voted for not guilty. Count 2, 4 voted for guilty, 8 for not, 5 voted for guilty, and 7 for not for the third count. The 3 alleged victims were members of the Church of Scientology. As was Masterton. All 3 women said they were initially hesitant to speak to law enforcement because they said the church teaching discouraged reporting to police. Women eventually left the church. And it goes on to go into detail about what he was accused of. He was supposed to be facing 45 years to life in prison if he was convicted. However, let me just see where it all came up here. Bear with me one second. it looks like their attorney in the civil case said that her clients remain hopeful that Mr. Masterton will experience some criminal consequences for his vile conduct, but apparently, they're pushing it to a mistrial. His attorney plans to file a motion with the court to dismiss the case if the prosecution wants to proceed, and he was able to speak to the jurors, but didn't want to get into info of what they spoke about. Fucking nuts. I mean, I've seen. Do you guys know like the details of what he was accused of specifically?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Gina probably does. She's the one that put it in there. I don't.
Yeah, I do. It was some pretty vile shit. I do want to point out though that not only was Masterton a member of Scientology, that his father is actually one of the higher ups,
Of course.
or was rather one of the higher ups. I mean, his father was in Hollywood as well, but he was in Scientology for a very long time, and he was higher up in the branch. So, I mean, Heather or JP, I think you guys watched that Scientology thing on Netflix, didn't you? It's some fucked up shit.
I'm
But
gonna
it
tell you
is some
something.
fucked up shit.
And I just want everybody to understand. That religion
It's not a
quotes
religion.
a bunch of it. Really, it's a cult. Look,
Mhm.
it's a cult. Heather and I were kind of talking out, and then Gina popped in, and I kind of wanted to. So my thing is now that they're going to sue Scientology. That's going to be a civil suit. I hate to say this, and
They are including the church in that civil suit against Danny Masterson.
Just the
God
phrasing of that
bless-
sentence is hilarious to me. But sorry, go ahead.
God bless these women. I am sorry that they went through this.
Yes.
But now they've opened the door.
Scientology, if you've watched any of those,
The Leah Remini docuseries.
It's
Not
will
watching on Netflix.
make-
You need to.
they will make your life a living fucking hell.
Yep.
And what will end up happening, and if they get through with it, and there's only been a couple of people that have gotten through with, beating Scientology at their own game. I think the guy that did the series with her is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to wear you down. They're going to mentally and financially drain you until you can't fight anymore. That is what they do. They do not care. It's a $1 billion business.
And to add on to what JP is saying, not only if you try to challenge them in anything, not only will they break you financially, but they break you financially before you even try to challenge them. Like if you are joining Scientology, you have to pay money. And I mean, we're talking about big bucks every time that you step up the ladder. And that's
Man,
And their worship material is Elon Hubbard's books that you have to buy to study.
and but meantime, this is considered a fucking church, and it's getting basically amnesty from taxes and everything. I can't remember what it's fucking called right now off the top of my head, from the government. Churches.
Freedom tax, yeah. They're not getting any tax.
Yeah, but meanwhile, they're making bank off of every single one. And I understand, like Basement said in the chat the other day, every church makes money off of their members because you have to pay a member fee. Most churches, anyway.
And I was gonna say something about that. Scientology is a cult.
Yep.
They brainwash you into fucking doing these things.
Leah Remini actually said that she's still fighting. She still finds herself fighting against the brainwashing.
Here's where the difference is. Never had a pastor tell me or try to brainwash me into makes sense. I am a free thinker.
I caught that from you very quickly when I first met you.
I'm not. So I don't go to church frequently, but I will go to church if I feel the need. I need to go to church, but I have never been forced to do anything that I don't want to do.
Sounds right.
Any other religion, Scientology will force you that you don't want to fucking do. I can guarantee you ask Leah Remini and she will tell you the exact same thing I am telling you.
Here's the thing with Scientology, anytime that you have any kind of organization, whether it is a church or another kind of organization, if you have an organization that has that much power and you have people that are disappearing without people fucking ever hearing from them again, and they're like the church is saying that they're in hiding.
The leader of the church's wife.
Exactly, but there's been other people. Like, I've actually been looking into this, and there's been other people that have gone missing that nobody bats an eye at. It's as if it doesn't even fucking happen. You know, any organization that, like, that's mob. Like, that's the mafia to me.
That's a cult.
Have you guys heard Bill Burr's thing on it?
Oh God!
It's a very quick little clip. He's like, I read up on Scientology. That is the dumbest shit I have ever heard. First off, their guy's name is Ron. Fucking Ron. It's not like, and by the way, it's not like this guy was around like thousands of years ago with like a hide shit in the mystery. No, it was 40, 50 years ago. Guy's got a driver's license, social security number. He goes, I know what the fuck happened. You know, he was working at Denny's, working the late shift. He's like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm going to start my own religion. You know, there's a spaceship going to come by. It's going to save all of us. Have you guys met Tom Cruise?
Oh, yeah. Fucking don't even get me started on Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise, John Travolta, they were all there at the start.
Man.
That guy is fucking nuts, man. Tom Cruise. Oh my God.
I bless those women.
Well, here's the thing. I do want to reiterate the fact that while I 100% do agree with you guys, I think Scientology had a lot to do with this. I think they covered a lot of stuff up. Mm-hmm. We do not know that Danny Masterton is guilty. Like, I want to reiterate the fact that he has not yet been proven guilty in a court of law.
Right.
So I am not going to sit here and say that he 100% did this.
And none of the full facts of the case have been released to us, the public, yet.
Right.
They shouldn't be. I don't know why we need to know fucking everything as a fucking society.
Agreed, but like I just wanted to reiterate because like.
But I do want to say this about the case. Everybody's gonna be all up in arms. How did he get off on this? People don't understand, and people that don't understand how it works. It was a mistrial. If he was found not guilty,
he'd be scot-free.
You can't convict him of those again. I think that's how it works.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if it was a mistrial, they would just get different jurors, can try him again.
See,
it's gonna cost them fucking women money either way.
Yeah, it's gonna cost them money, and not only that, but as I said before we went live on the air, judging by how many not guilty verdicts they had in all three cases, I mean, the third one got the most with 5 guilty and the rest not guilty. But that's still a hell of a lot that's not guilty. And they made that information public. So now everybody knows that, which is tainting a future jury even further.
Possibly.
You know, this is my problem when it comes to trial by media, because you taint potential jurors every single time that you reveal anything regarding the trial or what is happening, what is going to happen. You taint a future jury because every case has a chance of getting a mistrial.
Well, I'm going to bring this up. Look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
That case being entirely televised, and then the evidence that was not allowed in court being released to the public.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff we hadn't heard, and the stuff that Johnny Depp hadn't heard. We hadn't heard that Johnny Depp had done.
Shit. What
that was ruled out of evidence.
Shit. What's his face? Oh my God. What the fuck is his name? Daryl Brooks is looking for an appeal.
You want a primary example? Agree with the verdict? Don't agree with the verdict? Whatever. You look at that kid that shot that protester in Wisconsin.
Right. Yeah.
That kid was guilty in almost everybody's fucking eyes before he even stood one day in trial, and it was because of the media and because of the twist of the media and everything.
Yep. He had an AR-15, and everybody said that he just shot everybody with an assault.
Right. But
media.
those are the cases. Those are the cases that I'm looking at, going, what the fuck, like the media is fucking everything. But then you take a case where it's like a rape case or a murder case, even worse, and they're broadcasting all of these details that are revealed in the court, and then after the mistrial, not guilty, whatever, after the verdict is read, they're broadcasting all the jurors all over the fucking news. If you have a mistrial in that case, then you have just tainted the whole fucking population and you have no chance of getting a clear jury in a new trial. So it's just the whole system is fucked. Like they need to redo the judicial system right now because of media, and I don't know how they'll do it.
I know how. Frankly, I don't feel that everybody needs to take time off of work to go and sit on a jury for the smallest thing all the way up to the biggest thing. I frankly feel that that's something that should actually be a form of employment. You have somebody go, you have somebody go in.
So the reason I'm saying you can't do that is because now you're right.
Sure. I only heard right out of that. But like
it's a right. It is the right of a citizen.
You're
Citizen's
right. And
duty.
Well, if you let me
not only
finish
that,
before
but
you started blasting over me.
Finish then, but you're wrong. You can't do that.
It would still be a jury of your peers because they would not have law fucking school under their belt like lawyers and judges do.
the only problem that I foresee in that when you have like a set pool of a jury that's doing it for like a living or whatever, is there is a major potential for tainting of jurors. Like you look at politicians and so many of them have their pockets in fucking pharmaceuticals and everything else, and the same thing could happen to a jury.
The same thing could happen to a jury with not it being a politician. And
Well,
then
it depends on what the case is, because most of the time the jurors actually remain anonymous until after the trial is already over.
Theory, Heather, it's a good idea. If you let too much bureaucracy happen, there's to be like befriending with the fucking jurors and fucking, hey, we're fellow workers. Can you give me this one? You see, that's kind of bullshit that would happen if you started doing that. That's why they don't do that. And I mean, I'm sorry if I spoke over.
I mean,
I just don't think that paying somebody for that.
So
I mean, I would totally do it. I would be a juror.
Guess what? You're getting paid for it anyway.
But you don't get tons of fucking money. You're not getting like $15,000 for fucking being.
Yeah, you're lucky if you get like half of what you would make in a day at work.
My dad got all of what he would have made for being at work.
That's it. That's all you get.
So so Heather, you're saying that that the court system should pay for people to serve on juries?
I'm trying to what I was trying to say is have if you want and you want to be a professional juror, you go and take a remedial law course so you get the basic understanding of the laws for your state. And that's your job. You sit on the jury.
Here's another reason why they can't do that. Now you have to isolate those people. They can't read the news. They can't fucking read. They can't watch TV. They can't do shit. All they can do is sit in a fucking goddamn courtroom and listen to people talk about. They can't have a fucking opinion on anything if they make them do that. Yes, judges have an opinion. Have to follow the law. You can't force somebody to sit in sit in a hotel room and not ever be associated with anybody, because that's what happens with jurors.
I do like Heather's idea, but I do see, like, especially the way things are now, how freaking complicated that would make things. As far as, I mean, shit, the jury selection now process is fucking complicated depending on the case and whatnot. I mean, but I see Heather's point in terms of like I have a better understanding of how things work, as opposed to, you know, just like fucking my dumbass. Thank God I haven't served on a jury. The people would be screwed.
In theory, it would work, but putting it to work would not work, because the way a jury cannot read the news, they can't even know what the fucking weather's going to be like, because that's news. Well, it's really hard to fucking force somebody.
Doesn't it depend on the case?
Yeah.
Like I know there's
I know there's depends on the case.
Right. I know that there's
murder cases.
That's a murder case. But
I know there's certain like, and anything that's like super like what the fuck am I, like a big publicity, meaning a lot of people are gonna have a lot of focus and attention on it. But like, fuck, I mean, shit, there was even a big thing with the Darryl Brooks thing, where like this mysterious Reddit post came by that supposedly was from a juror, and like that almost threw the whole thing fucking out the window. And
I keep telling Heather I gotta watch those fucking videos.
No,
I saw a clip of one. It's when he started going off as the prosecutor started bringing up his past criminal record.
Well, my God.
When he's just sitting there.
So what happened was, he was trying to say something or implicate his ex-girlfriend in part of his argument. And so the prosecution's like, okay, well, if he's going to do that, that opens the door for us to mention that he's a former sex offender, and not former, was registered as a sex offender, and that just fucking sent him the fuck off, as you saw. Oh my God. But anyway,
he's in the courtroom screaming, "You got to bring that up. That's going to be pertinent to your case. You got to bring that fucking shit up." It's just like, oh God, dude, you're just really digging that hole for yourself.
Good fucking luck getting an appeal. But anyway, but no, I thought the whole jury like being isolated was only in certain cases. I know that there's there's some that take fucking 5 minutes for them to debate on, but I think I actually really like that idea. But as far as I can't speak this evening. As far as implementing it in current situations and current circumstances with the way they treat jurors, it might be tricky. But I do like the idea of educating jurors more, because you don't want my dumbass on a jury. Let's put it that way.
But like, the whole point of a jury is it's a jury of your peers. So if you have a jury that is like went and studied any type of law, then that puts them on like a level above you. So they're technically not.
Well, it's a remedial case of the laws of your state, which you should already know as a person living in your state.
On top of
I don't know any of the Minnesota laws other than the fact that I'm pretty sure it's illegal to put beer outside or some shit like that.
Those have you guys read those fucking like bizarre laws that are still in effect?
The best one I ever heard.
Yep.
Go ahead, Heather.
Best one I ever heard was a law in California. It is illegal for the sun to shine, not to shine.
Fuck, that might be the best one. Fuck.
And I can't remember what state it was in, but it is illegal in this state, and I can't remember the state. It is illegal to have sex on the floor in between two beds in a hotel.
I remember reading that somewhere. Let me see if I can find these funniest laws that are still.
I think the one he brought. I think that's in Utah.
So in Minnesota,
extremely Mormon state.
Oh, here we go.
A person may not cross state lines with a duck atop his head.
So I got Minnesota. I got all 50 states. So here we go. So Minnesota. I'll barrel through these real quick. Michigan law states that a wife's hair legally belongs to her husband's. A woman isn't allowed to cut her own hair without her husband's permission. In Detroit, Michigan is illegal. In Detroit, Michigan, it is illegal to sleep in a bathtub. I'm not sure why that's in Minnesota. Blue Earth, Minnesota laws declare that no child under the age of 12 may talk over the telephone unless monitored by a parent. A person may not cross state lines with a duck atop his head, like Gina just said. All bathtubs must have feet, not actual feet, like the fucking, yeah. All men...
Those are the best bathtubs ever.
All men, yes, they are.
Right.
All men driving motorcycles must wear shirts. Every man in Brainerd, Minnesota is required by law to grow a beard. Hamburgers may not be eaten on Sundays. In Minnesota, it's illegal to tease skunks. That might be my favorite. Virginia, you're not allowed to park your elephant on Main Street. And Kalamazoo, it is against the law to serenade your girlfriend.
Here, dude. So
These are great.
did you know that I got to read? I was just going to go see if I could find that law, but this popped up. President Biden building 500,000 electric vehicle charging stations across the country. The Great American Road Trip will be fully electrified. Elon Musk responds with, or you can just buy a Tesla.
I saw that too.
Their charge does last longer than other electric vehicles.
Wisconsin
Right.
laws that are still illegal. At one time, margarine was illegal.
Margarine, yes.
Cheese.
Margarine.
Yep.
Margarine,
Margarine. Yeah. Sorry. See, fucking jury of your peers. You're all fucked. Cheese making requires a cheese maker's license. Limburger cheese making requires a master cheese maker's license.
They're like, you guys are like legitimately serious about that shit. Like,
No fucking kidding.
when we went to the zoo in Madison, like they had to tell us exactly like where the fuck was it the zoo or was it the restaurant? I can't remember. Somebody told me where the fucking cheese curds came from, like the cheese from the cheese curds.
Yep. In St. Croix, women are not allowed to wear anything red in public. In Wisconsin, you are allowed to marry your house. I just saw Heather's head pop right up. In Wisconsin, after 3 a.m., you have to send a rocket signal in the air after every mile you drive. Yep. Wait, hold on. In Wisconsin, it is illegal to cut a woman's hair or to kiss on a train. And I hope I'm saying the name of this town right. Racine or Racine.
Just Racine.
It is illegal to wake a fireman when he is asleep.
Nothing burned down after dark.
New York's got some interesting ones. A fine of $25 can be levied for flirting. A license must be purchased before a license must be purchased before hanging clothes on a clothesline. In Carmel, a man can't go outside while wearing a jacket and pants that do not match. Citizens may not greet each other by, quote, putting one's thumb to nose and wiggling fingers. We all doing it. Donkeys are not allowed to sleep in bathtubs in Brooklyn. During a concert, it is...
Wait.
What?
I want to know what happened to
Yeah.
make that law a law to begin with.
I'm pretty sure it was in the 1920s during Prohibition.
I'm
Probably.
guessing. During a concert, it is illegal to eat peanuts and walk backwards on the sidewalk. That's fucking... All right, someone died. In New York, you can teach your pet parrot to speak but not to squawk. In New York City, it is illegal to shake a dust mop out a window. It is against the law to throw a ball at someone's head for fun. Oh, that's no fun. That's oddly specific, too.
What do you do for dodgeball? What do you do for dodgeball? Like,
We play dodgeball all the time. It's only illegal if you get caught.
Yeah. Yep. Jaywalking is legal as long as it's not diagonal. That is, you can cross the street out of the crosswalk, but you can't cross the street diagonally. That's
You gotta go straight across, otherwise you get that ticket.
fucking backwards. Slippers are not to be worn after 10 p.m. In Staten Island, you may only water your lawn if the hose is held in your hand. So no sprinklers. And while riding in an elevator, one must talk to no one and fold his hands while looking towards the door. I mean, I think that's everybody.
well, I mean, that just seems very
New
New
York
York.
anyway, so.
Slippers can't be worn past 10 p.m.
Yep.
Like, what? So what are they gonna do? Break down your door and be like, "Bitch, you're wearing slippers. You're arrested." Like,
Oh man.
That's why it's only illegal if you get caught.
Massachusetts has got some interesting ones. At a wake, mourners may eat no more than 3 sandwiches. Clearly, I broke that law. Boston, it is
So-
illegal to play the fiddle. Sorry, what was that, JB?
Go ahead, because I found it.
Oh, which state was it?
North Carolina, it is illegal to make love on the floor of a hotel room between two double beds.
Yeah, we
mean,
have the
gotta
beds.
Carolina to do so.
What's that?
It shall-
North Carolina into it.
in North Carolina, it's illegal to sell cotton lint at night.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happens if you start out on one of the double beds and like roll off?
It's a good night. Wear elbow pads.
I just questions, you
Wear
know.
elbow pads. Can you imagine? Like, all right, let's get ready for some intense sexy action.
Ugh. You look like you're going to fucking what is that?
Rollerblade.
Yeah.
Yeah, the roller derby. There you go.
Um,
Let's do this.
let's see what we got here. Oh, Alpha says he's looking at the Louisiana ones as we speak. Back to Mass. Holyoke, Massachusetts, making it unlawful to water your lawn when it's raining. Stupid. Boston, it's illegal to take a bath unless instructed to do so by a physician. It is unlawful to deliver diapers on Sunday, regardless of emergencies. You must have a license to wear a goatee. If you get caught eating peanuts in church, you can be jailed for up to a year. Jesus. In Provincetown, it is illegal to sell suntan oil until afternoon on Sunday. It is illegal to frighten a pigeon. It is illegal.
In New York, they will never ban doing anything to the fucking pigeons.
That's why they moved to Boston. It's illegal to put tomatoes in clam chowder. That's a fucking sin, yeah. It's illegal to keep a mule on the second floor of a building, hold on. It's illegal to keep a mule on the second floor of a building, not in a city, unless there are 2 exits. Okay. Longmeadow, it is illegal for 2 men to carry a bathtub across the town green. It is illegal to buy, sell, or possess a squirt gun. Silly string is illegal in the city limits. In Newton, all families must be given a hog from the town's mayor. I've heard that one before. No gorilla is allowed in the back seat of any car. I've heard that one before, too. Snoring is prohibited unless all bedroom windows are closed and securely locked. I wish that was a thing in some places I know.
I really, really want to know what happened
Yeah, I know,
to
right?
instigate some of these laws.
And
Like,
defacing a milk carton is punishable by a $10 fine.
what do you do if like your kid has like a school project?
Pay up. Then get in your elbow pads and knee pads and rock that guy's world.
Rolling down the river.
Oh shit. Oh man, we've clearly gone off track, but that's all good.
First of all, I just want to make it clear that if I roll off of any bed at any point in time at my age, I'm not getting back up.
You're staying there.
Like something's gonna be fucking bruised, broken, something.
Worth it.
And I'm gonna be like, ow.
Worth it.
EMTs on site.
So, since we're on a little bit of a goofy note here, let me see if I can pull up this image. Gina threw this in last minute real quick before we got on here. The ventilator story. So, a woman.
This is fucked up.
A woman shut off her neighbor's ventilator system because it was making too much noise and bothering her.
Mm-hmm.
This is while in a German hospital, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. So, 72-year-old woman in Germany has reportedly been jailed after she allegedly turned off her hospital roommate's ventilators repeatedly because the noise made it annoying her. The unnamed woman was arrested on suspicion of attempted manslaughter. A 72-year-old getting arrested. I mean,
From the hospital bed to the jail bed.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you think about it, she needed to get arrested because that's attempted murder, you know, like 1000%.
but I read.
Whether it's annoying you or not.
I by the way, I read through this and I could be wrong, but from what I read, it's not like she did it once.
No, it said repeatedly, so she did it more than once.
I love people sometimes.
That's more like, Jesus Christ, if the Karen of the Year award. There you go.
Well, it's making too much noise. Die Spritz in die Dacken.
Oh my God. Speaking of Karens, my mom almost killed me today because like my mom was bitching about something today. Oh, we were in fucking Spencer's and they have these amazing fucking ugly Christmas sweaters. If
Wait.
anybody's looking for one, look at Spencer's. They're
I
fucking
was about to
great.
say, what sections of Spencer were you checking?
Oh my, no, we were in ugly Christmas sweaters, and my boss the other day got one that has like a bad Santa over here, and it says "fuck around and find out" on the other side, and I wanted to get one today that said "Merry fucking Christmas," you know, on it. They have like a shit ton of really good ones.
Where do you work? That sounds awesome. That you can
I work in a hotel, and my boss, like, she came in after she got done shopping, and she was like so excited that she got this sweatshirt or this sweater, and I was like, I'm so fucking jealous because that is legitimately like something I would wear. And she's like, I'm wearing it here. I don't even fucking care. She's like, I don't give a shit what anybody says.
I'm jealous. I wish I could have a place like that to fucking wear that kind of stuff.
Dude, you don't even understand. Like, my boss, she smokes weed, all of it.
She shares. It's great.
She's amazing. Like, I love my boss. But anyways, back to the ugly Christmas sweaters. And I was like going through all these ugly sweaters, and oh my god, this one, blah blah blah. My mom's like bitching, right? Because there's like so many people in there. And there was one that said, you weren't even invited, Karen. And I go, Mom, I'm gonna get you that one. She got so mad at me.
That's good. When you said the fuck around and find out, this reminded me of a TikTok that I saw. There's these guys. I mentioned this, I'm pretty sure, to Heather and JP and maybe Basement before. It's a comedy podcast called Are You Garbage? And I've been fucking dying laughing. So it's two friends, and they're comedians, but they interview. Sometimes it's just them, but they usually interview other comedians that they bring on to fucking and like learn about them by asking, like, you know, these questions that make them see like, oh, are they classy people or are they fucking trashy fucking people? What's up, Travis? Fucking, it is the funniest shit. But anyway, they found a TikTok where this guy goes on this like whiteboard. He's like, now if you see here, if you notice here that if you find out, if you fuck around at this point, this is how much you're gonna find out. Subsequently, if you don't fuck around, if you don't fuck around as much, you won't find out as much. And they fucking died laughing at it. It's so fucking, it's so good. But yeah, you got to check out Are You Garbage? It's fucking hilarious. But
check out Spencer's for their amazing Christmas sweaters.
Yeah, just the Christmas sweaters.
I mean, there's other shit there too, you know,
like bracelets and dildos.
Listen, I got trapped back in the fucking dildo section of Spencer's today.
Okay. Because, if you start a story with that sentence, I need it.
Listen,
you're not just gonna skim over this.
Yeah.
Story time, okay? Story time.
So let's back up.
You were trapped in the dildo.
You got stuck because this is what I got stuck in the dildo section. Did you say dildo section?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so
I love how he leaned forward in from that.
As I said, there were a lot of fucking people in Spencer's today, right? So like the store was just fucking packed, and I was walking around the store because I was trying to find my son a Hellfire Club t-shirt, you know, Stranger Things, and so I was walking around the store trying to find fucking, you know, the t-shirts because they always have them up on the walls, but the ones that they had on the walls was they had an anime one, and then they had another one that was like bands. But I couldn't find the movie one or like the TV show one. So I was walking around the store, and I like their dildo section in our Spencer's is like in the back of the store, right?
I think they all are.
And
for all of them, not just yours.
Yeah. So I get back there, and I'm trying to walk as quickly as I can around the whole dildo section, right? Because like I have no need to look at like 1,000 plastic penises, right? So I get literally stuck because there's a person with a cart here in front of me, like just standing there, won't fucking move.
Yeah, I was gonna say your Spencer's has a cart.
It's in the mall, and the Target is attached to the mall, and the Target lets you take the carts out of their store into the mall. But so yeah, there's a person with the Target cart right here, so I can't fucking get out. And then behind me, there's like 5,000 fucking people trying to get around, you know, like I am. So I'm literally stuck in the dildo section. And the worst part about it is like, it's also the like, black light section. So it's like, there's 1,000 dildos on the wall right here. Black lights over here, black lights are making the dildos like fluorescent suddenly, and I'm like, oh my god, there's like glow dicks all around me. It was a nightmare.
Since we're on Spencer's, so me and Heather, the last time we were with Mom and my niece. You know what I'm talking about. And Heather's like, I'm gonna go to Spencer's
to get some fuzzy cuffs.
So I'm like, okay. So walked into Spencer's, and guess where she is? She's back with the dildo section. So I walked back there, and she's like sitting there, and she's like, look, she's look at
like a Thor. Okay.
And I'm like,
it wasn't a dildo, it was the lingerie.
Oh.
Like sitting there, like, so I didn't catch it at first. And I'm like, and then I looked at the wall, and I'm like, oh my god, they have fucking dildos in here.
Yeah.
What are you doing back here? But I like the lingerie. I just wanted to point that out that she was back in the dildo section of the Spencer's.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Because that's where the gag gifts. That's where the gag gifts are too.
Yeah, the worst part about it was not this time, but the last time that we were in Spencer's, it was a couple of years ago. So
you go there a lot,
but,
Tina.
No. This was a couple of years ago.
Every time I go to a mall, there's a Spencer's. I'm there.
So, yeah, Bella was, maybe this was more than a couple of years ago, because I want to say Bella was like 7, maybe 8.
Okay.
And we hadn't been in Spencer's forever. So to be honest, I forgot they sell stuff like that. And she was like right in front of me, and we were kind of wandering through the store. And before I knew it, we were in that section, and she's like, Mommy, what's that? And I'm like, oh, it's a lamp. Let's go this way.
A lamp.
Because it's right next to the black light section. So I was like, it's a lamp. Let's just go this way.
I mean, you're not wrong. The last time I was at a Spencer's, it's been a long time, because I've no need to go in there because I'm all good on dildos. But
You need T-shirts though, because they got those.
Yeah. Let me just go. Let me go around the dildo section, but to where the shirts aren't, just so I can have an excuse to go there. No, but the last time I remember went there, I did go past it, and I remember seeing the wall of them, and I did look. I'm like, okay, there's nothing fancy or special, but there was one. There was one that stood out, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this before, but there was one that stood out. I was just like, my mind was blown. I hate to product placement, but this Burger King cup is a great example. I shit you not, it was this thick. I shit you not, it was this thick. And it was painted red, white, and blue, just like the flag. And the name of it was the it said the
Patriot or something like that.
Nope. I thought that too. Nope. The Great American Challenge.
Oh my God. No,
like,
the worst one
damn
was
right
when
it is.
my mom and the kids and I went into a thrift store, a fucking thrift store, right? And usually it's like an old woman thrift store, you know, like old women run it, you know.
Business booming,
So
apparently,
usually-
dildo sections.
Usually it's fine, you know, or whatever. And they have these glass cases in front of the cash register, right? Well, we're going up to pay for our stuff, and all of a sudden we look down, and there is a giant black dildo in the fucking glass. And when I say giant, I mean this thing was like this big around.
Yep.
And like this fucking long.
Yeah, that was the size of the Great American Challenge.
And it was just like, it had like the suction cup thing
It
on
always
the
fucking
bottom,
laughed
and
me.
it was just like suctioned
That-
onto the bottom of the glass, and it was just like, I'm like, oh my God, this is a fucking thrift store.
Yep.
Who the fuck is gonna buy a giant used dildo? Ew.
I would have been like, who's gonna buy that? Someone up there purchasing it.
No. No.
If you have
Like,
to bend,
mm-mm.
if your dildo has an elbow, you have a problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Exactly. Oh my God.
What are we talking about now? Dildos, yes.
Fucking dildos. You know, it started out as Christmas sweaters, and it went to dildos.
It's
Leave
interesting
it
how
to me to take it there. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Let's see here. Oh, this is also another little interesting the Christmas fight. Did you guys hear about this one?
No.
No.
So, let me pull up my wonderful GIF as I pull up the article. I believe the story goes that it was the let me pull up the
The owner of the house that is in A Christmas Story got
Oh,
into
yeah.
a fight with
Yes.
the main actor from A Christmas Story.
Yep.
Was it the
As
main
he was
actor?
out front trying to take pictures with people without asking permission.
So, a few weeks ago, fans visiting the home from A Christmas Story in Cleveland got a little more than you expected, as actor Yano Anaya, who played Grover Dill in the 1983 film, was seen fighting with the owner's home, Brian Jones. According to TMZ, Anaya was taking photos with fans when Jones started screaming at him to get off his property and never return. In the video, it contains, I'm reading this from TMZ, in the video, it contains some not safe for work language. Jones called the actor a scammer and a loser. That comes after a few days after reported some of the actors from the film were planning to purchase the home. I apologize for the way I expressed myself. However, it was out of concern that fans could be misled. Hopefully this all gets resolved, as this is the case isn't preventing anyone from buying the home. I mean, that is kind of, it is kind of crazy. I'm checking out the video now just to see, and I feel bad for the guy, especially if like, you know, people are just like coming in like hordes to like take photos of the photo and everything, or if it takes photos of the house and they're fucking bugging him. Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed off.
Yeah, me too. I mean, why are you on my property without my permission, first or foremost? I don't care that you're in the movie.
They even
And
fucking
it's
put
not
signs
part
up.
of the movie.
They even put
Yeah.
signs up there like, oh, from A Christmas Story, which, yeah, that's gonna be fucking annoying.
Yeah, it's just, why? It's my house. It's my property. Why are you here?
Owners put signs up.
I don't know. That's the part that's really confusing.
I think they might have because they are trying to sell the house. So
Owners put a sign up saying this is the house that where A Christmas Story took place. They're looking for attention.
Right. Speaking of which, have you
Anybody that takes a picture just asking for, well, you put the fucking sign out, you fucking dumbass.
nowhere on the sign does it say take a picture, though.
true,
It's
but
saying
I
that
don't
this is
honestly,
the house.
I honestly don't think that the homeowners probably don't necessarily mind so much people taking pictures, as long as one, they ask beforehand, and two, like, the actor standing in front is obviously going to draw a bigger crowd, and this family that's living in this house they still have to live there, you know?
Mhm.
for now.
Like they're coming and they're going, and I don't blame them, because I personally wouldn't want somebody taking pictures that my children could be in, you know, coming in out of my door or playing in the front yard or whatever, or myself coming home from work, you know, looking like fucking mess. I don't blame them.
Speaking of which, have you guys seen the sequel?
Not yet.
No,
I'm
not
going
yet.
to. I am going to watch it.
I know we talked about it before, and I just wasn't sure if you guys had seen it. I heard a lot of people saying that it was very positive, that it was a nice, it continued the story, but also told its own story, like how Christmas Story was more like the eyes of Christmas through a child. It's now Christmas through the eyes of a grown-up adult trying to like balance and make everything work out, which I'm all in favor of that. For no reason whatsoever, while we're going to keep talking, and you guys can keep going, I'm actually looking up the dildos on Spencer's website right now. No, not for any particular reason. Just want to see their inventory. Jesus Christ.
I told you.
The fuck are with these Does color really fucking matter?
No.
No.
This one looks like a
It's
birthday
only
cake.
function that matters.
This is literally one called confetti. Anyway, sorry, Jimmy.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So the now I know who Grover Dill is. I'm like, who in the fuck is Grover Dill? He was the dude that was the bully, but the smaller bullies like, get over here. And then one of my favorite parts in that movie was,
This is so veiny. Sorry.
get out of the fucking one dude.
Yes.
And he says, I'm going to go tell my dad.
What the fuck is that?
That
I'm
is a
listening
dildo.
to you. No. Are you looking at the screen?
Which one? The
I
purple
will
one?
in a second.
That one right there looks like a fucking seahorse. I'm sorry, okay?
Which one? What?
Down below the pink one.
This one, the bottom.
Scroll down.
Yeah,
Oh, scroll down.
down below that
Oh,
one.
that one.
That
Yeah,
one
right
right there.
there.
It's
it
a
looks
tentacle.
like a fucking seahorse.
It's a tentacle. It's glass. No,
That looks fucking terrifying.
That does
like,
look-
Who puts glass in their vagina? No, ladies. No.
Ooh, 4 interest easy payments of $14.99. That's tempting. So,
Like, what does the curl on the end have to... Like, what is that? I don't even want to
Easier
know.
to hold.
Yeah. You know, for
Is it that, or is it, like, to go in the butt?
for edge that close.
No.
For educational
Push it
purposes, I
and
can't share this
tickle
on the
the
stream,
front.
but just take our word for it.
We're having right now for it.
Oh, look at that.
There's the double
yeah, look
ones.
at that.
That's like fucking like arm size. Yeah, look, there's the confetti one. Does it make that noise when it's all set? Oh, there's 6 pages. Let's go to page 2. Ah, no, JP left us. Was he not happy with
Oh,
her?
No,
No,
he
I
did-
think his phone froze.
Ah, okay.
yeah, that, and he did say that he had to leave after like an hour.
Ooh,
or
that
so,
one's a
too.
rose.
Why?
What is?
Listen. What?
Okay,
Why?
that
What
one-
is the point of this one's balls sticking so far out? Why am I looking at fucking those ones on the screen right now? Where is my life?
I can't
Well,
wait for
what
us
happened
to
to
listen
my
back on
life?
this on the audio version. Which you guys can listen to us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify. Oh, that's the winner right there.
Oh no,
Exactly, Travis. Educational purposes only.
It looks like 2 fingers.
it does.
Oh my god. But what?
Oh, there we go.
Listen,
That's the winner right there. Yep.
Oh, look. Nope, there's the winner right next to it. Fucking strap on.
That's the winner right there. Scissor me timbers.
Oh my god.
Listen, this is what the show should really be about. Just us like freelancing shit and just going into stuff. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this.
Listen, if you guys want to see some really weird looking fucking dildos, go check out Spencer's website.
We're on page 3 in case you guys are curious.
Help me. Somebody help me.
J Pizzle's back. What's up, J Pizzle?
What's up, JP?
You haven't mentioned much. Look, you can get all the colors. You can get red. It's the Infinity Stones.
There's also a yellow and a green one.
Well,
I have questions though. Like, why is that one's balls so far out? I don't understand.
well, to hit the right spots, it's got to be. Oh, that's.
What the
Oh my
fuck does the
God,
balls
that's
have-
a.
That one right there, that big black one on the end. Yeah,
This one?
that's what that one looked like. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly
that's an
almost
11
what
incher.
it looked like.
That is an 11
Yeah.
incher.
Yeah, it was
You can't see
very-
JP on camera right now, but you can see smiling ear to ear.
I know I'm about ready to throw my computer out the window.
Because of the dicks?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
The
Glad
internet-
you can.
Hey.
There you
go.
The internet's acting up again. So there's like 400 fucking people in this fucking hotel that I'm at. They had a big event here this weekend. That's why I'm up here. So it's like, and it was running fine. Like just, like, and then yesterday and today it's acting like a fucking.
A dick?
It's acting like a fucking. Ugh.
Hey, hi, I just bought a
it's the
14.
Internet. You know how no.
I get it.
Internet is in the infancy of Wi-Fi and all that shit's in its infancy.
Mm.
But come on, man.
Why
Well,
did
that
that
was
one
remote
strap
control.
on look like a fucking worm sticking out of it? Why am I looking at this? Why?
I
Why?
think aesthetically, it gets to a point where you don't worry about what it looks like at a certain point in time. You know what I mean?
Hey, look,
No.
that's her magic right there.
They have dildos that fucking have that look like spiral fucking
I
shit.
stand correct. Oh, you missed the tentacle one.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. The tentacle one, that's for the people that fucking are into hentai porn.
Dude, no, he didn't miss it. Scroll down. It's right there under recently viewed.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So again, I can't see it because if
Oh,
I
yeah,
look
he
at-
can't.
Oh, yeah. I'll
Then I
DM it to you.
Yeah, don't worry. You'll see it.
Heather,
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. Next week, I'll have Heather pop it up, and I'll give you my thoughts on what I'm looking at. Even buy one for who knows.
Taking
Oh, yeah.
out
Buy
of
one for-
context, what you just
Pocket
said was
rocket
fucking
worker.
golden.
I will review dildos. I don't care.
Hold on.
I'm 50.
This one,
JP, next week I'll have Heather pop it up
Thi-
and I'll review it.
what a good husband. What I love about this one is that it's a see-through one with the confetti inside, but the confetti, and then this is extremely stressed on this one, the confetti inside of it is heart-shaped.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Listen, I don't understand glass dildos. Like
I don't either. I
I would
don't.
be terrified. Like fucking terrified.
It's like right now, Jamie, the glass ones are full solid
what you
glass.
did.
Oh my god.
Go
They're
the fuck
full-
ahead.
They're full solid glass. They're not hollow glass, so it's not going to shatter if you squeeze.
I understand that, but still, like, who thought of the idea of like, hey, you know what would be fun, ladies? Let's make a form of a dick out of this glass and shove it up our hoo-ha.
I would have
The
been.
same person who decided it was a good idea to shove a light bulb up their ass to be enlightened.
I would be terrified if it cracked. Just terrified.
Ah, like
What was that, JP?
Just imagine if that broke off in your vagina now.
listen, like anything that's like too hard is like it hurts. So like why would
Anything
you
too hard? Anything too hard? It hurts.
Everything's too hard.
hurts? It hurts. Like,
It
you know.
hurts.
I'm sorry. The marketing of this one
Did
being
you
called
just say it hurts? Don't you know?
the politest way to complain that it's hurting you. Raging Orange Slime Line. I don't. It's a Slim Line. That's a slime line.
I didn't say don't you know, I said it hurts, you know.
Doesn't matter. It's all the same.
Good lord.
At all. Like earlier.
All right, what else
before
they
we
fucking
even
got?
on. We even got on here. I said Heather and I are in the Discord. Then you said you looked at what? I actually did that on purpose.
I kind of figured you did. Are we on page like 16 of dicks right now? What is that?
Oh my
No,
God.
I
Give
think-
me this shit.
I was seeing what else they had for stuff because clearly I should never be in charge of running a notebook.
Basement, I blame you for this. I blame you.
I see one there you gotta go to, the G-spot dildos.
Oh, hold on. We might have already hit those.
Well, did you though?
Oh no, I did not. Jesus, they have a fucking wide inventory.
I don't know. Did you know? Don't you know?
He missed. You guys, that went way over you guys' head.
That one look. I mean, good lord. Oh, that's 7. All right.
Yours.
What's that?
I do not say don't you know. I say you
All of
know.
them on that line, that middle line there, look like a finger.
This one?
All of them.
Yeah, I know.
Why is that one's head so? Listen, I have a question.
I do too. I have
I think
many.
it's supposed to be circumcised or uncircumcised. I don't know.
Listen, don't worry. Just nobody look at my Amazon wish list for the next couple of days. All right.
Gotta be like, I want this stick and this stick
so
and this stick.
the reason I'm doing this on Spencer's and not fucking Amazon is because Amazon's like, look, this is what you've recently viewed, so here's your suggestions. It's the last,
might like dong.
it's the last fucking thing. I need.
Your kids get on there to look for a Christmas present, and then the next thing they see is a big giant black fucking dildo.
That's a big wand. It is.
What the
It is.
fuck is this, man?
Daddy, were you looking up Harry Potter ones? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
was.
They have stripper poles. You got to be
on
fucking.
the bottom. So you can Wingardium Leviosa yourself.
Wingardium Leviosa.
They fucking have
Wingardium
an LED stripper pole.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. If I had a house that had ceilings that were stable enough, I would fucking get a stripper pole only for exercise purposes.
These are apparently Spencer's exclusives, and I'm just laughing because the box looks so fucking generic that it looks almost like it's like a fucking prank.
Yeah.
Oh my god, too funny.
JP would like to get because it has a remote control.
Yeah, so now every single time I go into Spencer's, and if Bella's with me, then I have to like make sure that I avoid the back of the store at all costs.
The store by where the piercing jewelry is.
What the fuck is
like
this one?
about halfway through the store. If there's anything
That's a
past that
suction.
point, I'm like, you have to stay with grandma.
That's a clitoris suction.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the fuck? Clearly, I'm so well. I am clearly
Connor's
a player.
like, I don't know what this is.
I'm clearly a player.
Listen, I don't know
Not for
if it's
JP.
us looking at dildos or what, but our viewership went up.
Ah, the rabbit.
My name, yes.
The
They got butt plugs for you.
Fuck, when did I ever want to have a butt plug? When did I ever mention butt plug? Where?
Listen, want
Well, you are a pain in the ass, so.
want is a difference than need.
Although they
here's
can.
one. There's one right there. Slide that sucker on and then have some fun.
This? Or this
Why?
one?
What is happening right now? Like
Those two.
what is
Why?
happening?
Listen to Heather. Slide that sucker on and then go to town.
Hold on.
Like, what the fuck are you
You
talking?
say
She
your
said
dick
have some
vibrates and then you fuck your girl.
I cannot see anything that is going on. I don't even know what you guys are fucking looking at.
I'll
Yeah,
show you,
well,
I'll show you when you get home.
You won't be able to see
No,
anyway
I
from
want
coming from
everybody-
behind.
I want everybody to imagine this with me with 100 milligrams of Delta 8. My sister.
Oh God.
I think that would be. I think that's all the convincing JP would.
Particular spot of the website.
I was about to say. I think that would be all the convincing JP needs if he had. Some
No,
of that.
JP would see that one that looks like a fucking seahorse and be like tripped out for days.
No, I love how this one's named Bougie Booty Butt Plug,
Bougie
Bougie
booty.
booty.
and it looks like you have a
Down on the
fucking.
bottom.
It makes it look like you have a fucking troll gem up your ass.
I don't understand butt plugs. I just don't get it.
I don't either.
No, it's a pain in the
I
ass.
don't.
15 pages of this shit.
All right, let's keep this going.
Why are we doing this?
Because I'm in control. God damn it! No, well, I'll change it in a second. There we go. That's for JP right there. Right.
Yep.
Right there.
Oh God.
Everybody,
Oh
I
God.
cannot see what they are doing.
It
I
is-
just want everybody to know I cannot see
It's a hammock.
It's
over the shoulder boulder holder hammock.
It is a neon green mankini. It's like the thing fucking Borat wore, the fucking strap.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Yep.
it's the ball hammock.
Yep.
Cannot be comfortable in any fucking way, shape, or form.
are 100% correct.
Oh my god.
Good God. And
Done.
Yeah, there's
There.
more. There's more colors. Okay. Now
oh look, flashlights. Now we're in flashlights. What? Fuck, man.
all right. I'm cutting my losses at this part. Maybe we'll.
How did we get here?
We'll make,
Now you're cutting your losses. All right.
if we keep listen, I'm not opposed to doing an entire
Fucking
episode.
God, man.
Listen, I'm not opposed to doing an entire episode of just us exploring shit like this and just us reacting. I have no problem
Do
with that
a
whatsoever.
whole. We could revive Bobbitt's A History of, but instead of it being about
My
gaming
God.
systems, it could be all about sex toys and foreplay.
It's gonna.
Talk sex with Horny Goat crew.
It's almost
Talk
like
sex
a
with
parent.
Horny Goat. That doesn't sound good.
I was thinking one time what we should do top 10s. Top 10 bands,
Okay.
top 10
I
movies.
thought we were going somewhere else.
Just and then we can discuss, the
Yeah.
Top 10 dildos.
10 dildos. I mean, sure, why not?
What's up, Kratos?
Kratos, you just came in at
I
the
mean,
great time.
it's not a bad idea.
No, I thought you were going with somewhere with what we just were talking about for a second, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, nope. Just in general, we could do like top 10s, top 20s of things.
Oh god, I have to fucking fix the adjustment here.
Music,
That's
those movies.
Dildos.
I think
Those.
Gina wants to do the dildos.
No, we just did the dildo. We didn't do the
Who
dildos.
are
Okay,
the ones
but
that put us on the path to the dildo talk? Okay,
it was Spencer's, not me.
you started talking about fucking dildos.
It was Spencer's.
Spencer had
Dwayne?
nothing to fucking do with
Dance,
this.
puppets,
You
dance.
started
This one.
talking-
This one down here below me is responsible
Below
because
you?
he is in charge. Yes, you're below me. That didn't sound good. Fuck off.
Well, so you started this conversation.
Right, but the one running the stream was the one that pulled up the dildos on Spencer's, like the actual dildos on
But I
Spencer's.
wouldn't
So I
have had the
blame him.
inspiration for not your story.
You're sitting here. We are literally sitting here talking about fucking dildos. We have gained viewers.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Apparently, everybody just wants to hear us talk about dildos.
I
The
gotta use
dildo
the
review.
bathroom before I piss myself up here.
I have to
Listen,
actually
Travis
pee
is not
too.
me.
So I actually have to pee too. So you two can have dildo talk. I
I
gotta
don't
go.
want to
pee.
have any more dildo talk. Christmas
Told
sweaters.
you
They have
everything I
great
know
Christmas.
about dildos. The pocket rockets work fine for me. And they're cheaper.
I have no comment. Good Lord.
And before you got your relationship, we all know we all saw a picture of Bob. So
Yeah. Yeah, I can't deny that. But hey, listen, I was single for 10 years. 10 years. That was a long fucking time.
it's understandable.
But I will never put a glass one up there. No. No. Because like that, chalk that on like 1,000 Ways to Die for me.
I just gotta say that my favorite line is JP saying, "We were talking about dildos and we gained viewers."
We did.
I pointed that out before that. I was like, dude, our viewership went up after we started talking about fucking dildos. I don't understand.
You know what happens.
But Travis is gonna have to have a talk with me after the stream.
Holy shit!
What did I do, bro?
You know what you did.
It was Christmas sweaters, okay, and then it went to dildos.
There was a couple of green and red ones in there. The glitter
And
ones just
black-
fucking cracked me up.
And black lights. There were some black lights in there too.
That tentacle one. Is
Oh, good God.
the glass tentacle one. Fucking will haunt me forever. Anyway, let's see. We did that. Oh, we might as well. So going. No way to fucking segue out of
Dildos.
From dildos, we talk about Dwayne the Rock.
Well, have you heard? Speaking of rock hard glass dildos, tell us about the rock.
I was trying to be like, speaking of Dwayne's, let's talk about Dwayne the Rock Jones. So there was this cute video that he did. I think it was for TikTok or Instagram, one of the two, where he told the story about how he used to steal a Snickers bar from this convenience store almost every day, and he went back and he bought all of them from the convenience store and says, like, you know, if anyone tries to steal from you again, or steal from you, give them this and have them steal from this pile. So just a fun little cutesy. It's really fucking hard to top the dildo exploration that we just fucking had. So everything else is gonna look fucking really minuscule in comparison.
And Gina, I'm gonna say this right now. You're part of this group. You're not innocent.
No.
Yes, I am.
Was here. Now imagine if Basement was here during that discussion.
Basement would have been the same way that I was, probably like, what the fuck is happening?
we just both
Yeah.
tilt our heads. We're not mechanical engineering.
Well, then again, Basement was out tonight, so like if he did come in at the middle of the conversation, it would have been a whole different conversation because he was.
So the Rock doing what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's still not going to keep people from stealing.
That was a nice little
No, but I
publicity.
I think that he was doing it not only to repay the store for what he stole, but also kind of to help the people in his old neighborhood out, because like there are a lot of people that, you know, aren't
So hold on, I didn't
very rich.
I must have missed something. He stole from the store.
Yeah, when he was a kid.
Teenager.
And he was okay. I didn't catch that. So he stole from the store when he was a kid, and then he went and bought all this because he stole a Snickers. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And he stole one Snicker bar every day because that was his pre-workout kind of carbo load and sugar load for the workout.
Did you think he stole a Snickers like recently?
That motherfucker is an evil bastard. No, I mean, it's a good thing that he did that. And
Oh God.
you know, I appreciate things like that. That is something. Now, I'm going to tell you about. I'm not a huge fan of The Rock as far as the actor goes, but I will
Mhm.
say this: the man is he is a huge celebrity, and I wish celebrities acted more like he did or
Mhm.
does, because the world would be a better fucking place.
Agreed.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. The guy, he's a humbled human being. B, yes, his family is huge. They're the reason why wrestling. I mean, look at who his cousins are. Look at they're The Rock. I mean, the guy is. I wouldn't say he's a saint. He is as close. I appreciate the things that he does. He gives back to John Cena is the same thing. He gives back.
He's
He
The Rock.
doesn't he
Yeah.
doesn't he doesn't think, "Oh, I'm doing this just to because of who I am and
Or
I'm a
publicity or
huge
whatever, yeah.
celebrity." Yeah,
Well, yeah, like just recently he gave a truck to somebody. I can't remember who the fuck it was.
yes. I don't remember who it is either, and it had to do with something that but he's a humbled human being. I
Wasn't
don't
it at
like
the
his
high school
acting.
football coach or something? Sorry.
I don't remember. He's I don't like his acting at all, but
I
he is
do.
I hate it. I think he sucks.
I
I think
like him more in like comedies. Like I think anything that him and Kevin Hart do are together is fucking hilarious. Like that one, oh my God, that one where they go back to high school. What the fuck was it called? It's something with a C.
it's central or intelligence.
Central Intelligence. That movie's fucking hilarious. I love it.
Counterintelligence.
I didn't care for it. Again, that's what I mean. I
Okay.
just don't find him very funny. I don't
Oh, I like him with Kevin
he
Hart.
is so much he was so much better in the wrestling as The Rock. He was so much
See,
better. I do not care for his acting.
I liked him
Come on,
in
Tooth
Walking
Fairy. Come on.
Tall. I liked him in Walking Tall, like when he very first like kind of broke
Now
into
that
Hollywood.
is one. If I wanted to, I that was a good movie. It
Yeah. I
wasn't
mean,
just because
I
of
like
The
him.
Rock. It was. I mean, yes, he was a central character. It was about him, but it was. I mean,
But
you have to understand. I just don't think that he is as good of an actor as everybody thinks he is.
right. And you know, with Walking Tall, it's crazy because yes, it was a remake. But if you look at the cast of the characters that were in the remake, you wouldn't think that it would have hit big because at the time The Rock he was huge in wrestling, but he was kind of just first breaking into Hollywood. And Johnny Knoxville was the supporting actor. So you wouldn't think that it would have been like a huge thing, but they were worked really fucking well together in that movie.
Yeah,
And Scorpion King was the Scorpion King was
hated that.
good too. That was like his very first, but
Movie. Did not like. Did not like. Do not like. The Rock does not entertain me. He entertained me in the ring and with his promos because he's so good at it. He's starting to act, and now he thinks he can do everything.
Well, he's trying to do everything.
Yeah, no kidding.
right?
Sorry, I get distracted. I was making my
It's like
Spencer's wish list.
not. Sorry, I'm just saying.
Fucking Connor.
What?
Connor,
What?
sorry,
I
got
want some
distracted.
shirts. You fucking sickos.
Uh-huh. Mhm. Sure.
Fucking sickos.
But I do appreciate the things he does do for those that less fortunate than him.
Yes.
And that is a good thing. He's a very humbled celebrity.
Yes.
And
Oh, right. Sorry.
no, I just appreciate that.
I wouldn't say like I'm like gun ho for him. I think it depends on the role and it depends on the film. So like I mean I don't think he's a terrible actor, but I think there are other genres and roles where he excels more than others. Just like any other actor or actress.
And I'm not saying you can't like him. I'm just not one of those guys that
Free speech, goddammit.
I mean, see, like Frederico is saying he liked him in Doom. Jurgen said the Scorpion King. You know, I mean, I like his serious movies too, but I guess I love comedies. Like especially if they're just like stupid comedies. Like Super Troopers is my favorite fucking movie. Um, so anything with him and Kevin
I
Hart
will
is
say
just
this:
I
his
love it.
comedy movies, like Tooth Fairy, yes, that is one of my because he acts. He's a big sick. You got to remember, and this is why he's 6'5", 270 pounds. Well, he's probably less than that now, but back then he
Yeah,
was
he's
6'5",
more.
270 pounds, and he's a Tooth Fairy. That's funny.
In a bright pink tutu.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the reason why that worked is because he was a wrestler, so he beat people up, and now he's playing a Tooth Fairy. Worked. If that worked, that I can get behind, but it that's
Okay, so
I don't
we've established that JP does not care for The Rock acting.
acting. I don't. He's a better promo in ring guy than I would say an actor.
I mean, of course he
Crystal
was better in ring, but I enjoy his acting. So, you know,
tentacle.
game plan. I did like game plan too, Travis.
That wasn't again. There's another movie because he's acting like a big.
I also liked I also liked Gridiron Gang that he was in.
Now see now you're. Yes, he was good in that too, but he was playing an actual real life character, and he did a pretty good job.
Travis, I do need shirts.
Those movies where
Bullshit.
where he doesn't act like The Rock, yes, he's very good in them. In a lot of the movies that he
See,
does now, he acts like The Rock. Like, I
see,
don't.
I know a lot of people shit on the new Fast and the Furious movies because there's been so fucking many of them. But I'm one of those people that I actually enjoy The Rock in the Fast and the Furious movie, like what was it, the new one, Hobbs and Shaw, and the newer one even after that. I liked him in there
Can't get behind
mainly
Fast.
because, huh?
I can't get behind the Fast and Furious movies. They just never appeal to
I
me.
Oh, see, I've always liked them, and so like I just always kind of kept up with the franchise because I like those movies, but they've made way too many of them. However,
They made five too many because
yeah,
once
way too
Walker
many.
died, it's like why in the fuck are we doing that?
Why,
Agreed.
yeah, why are
After
you still
seven, it
making
should have been done. Like Hobbs and Shaw, maybe like do Hobbs and Shaw, fine, um, like a spin-off or whatever. But like after seven, the Fast and Furious franchise should have been done.
That's what Hobbs and Shaw was. It's a spinoff from Fast
Well,
and
yeah,
Furious.
I know, but
Beat
that's
the
what I'm
franchise into
saying.
the
Like
ground.
the franchise itself should have been done, like the Fast and the Furious franchise should have been done after seven, but you can still make
Same with
Hobbs and
Saw.
Shaw because like Hobbs and Shaw was a spin-off, so that one would have been fine, but they just kept on going. And they're still keep on going.
Speaking of keeping on going, again, master at segues. Sorry, let me just save this to my
Are we
cart.
going back to dildos with that segue?
Do you really
Here
want to
we
go
go.
back to dildos?
See?
No,
Listen.
but the
Well, then why
segue.
bring it up? Why bring it up?
Yeah,
Because
I'm
the way-
leaning with
listen.
JP on this one.
So because of what you said in the segue.
What did I
I'm
say?
just saying. I don't even remember now. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Got no tentacle dildo to stand on. Did anybody? I think Heather saw. Did you guys see the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer?
Mm-hmm.
I did.
Okay.
It looks good to me. I'm excited for it.
So the only thing I'll say is I don't want to spoil too much for JP. Haven't seen it.
Hey,
I don't think he cares.
I don't care.
James Gunn, when he announced at Comic-Con about this movie, he got like teary-eyed, he got like emotional, and he said it's like a very emotional, heartfelt movie. And I'm like, okay, like not that I was like downplaying his emotion to it, but like I'm like, okay, yeah, he's invested into the series, he's invested into the characters, and this is the final hurrah. Okay, fine, whatever. Then I saw it, I was like, oh shit, this is gonna be a very fucking emotional movie.
Yes, this movie is
Yeah.
going to be emotional on two accounts. One, it's almost pretty much confirmed that somebody is going to die in this, and it's the last one that we're going to see Chris Pratt in.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, that's
I'm
gonna
sorry,
be
JP
JP.
JP just fucking sent a meme in the chat, and I was like, what the fuck? But the movie looks great. I agree 100%. At least one person's gonna die, if not more than that. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they killed all of them.
Says when you need to assess the damage you did last night, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's after we go Spencer shopping for JP. Where's the glitter? Where's all the glitter coming from?
Look, and it needs to happen. To be honest with you, I think they
Oh, we're back to the trailer.
Marvel,
Sorry.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
I think Chris Pratt's dying.
I don't think so.
I think Chris Pratt's dying. I think they're gonna pull a shocker on you, and Chris Pratt's gonna end because I don't. From what I have heard and I have read things,
Mm-hmm.
his last Guardians movie. This is his last Marvel movie.
So
I honestly wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if they kill all of them off.
So Dax is gonna die.
yeah, Drax. I think
Rocket will die.
Yep, I'm right there with you.
See, I think Rocket and
I think Groot might live. Gamora will die.
Again? Fuck.
Well, don't get started with the time travel bullshit.
I know.
Yeah. That's gonna go down that rabbit hole. And I think the fucking praying mantis, the mantis girl, she'll die.
I think Mantis and Rocket for sure are dying.
So wait a minute. GP just basically said they're all gonna die.
Except for one. I think Groot will live.
Oh, Groot. Sorry. You're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Groot was the only one. But I mean, you have that action scene in the trailer where it's like Chris Pratt and Groot, where Groot yells, "We are Groot," and they're in the battle of their fucking life, and so those two might be the only ones that survive.
What are you thinking, Heather? You get a list of people who you think are kicking the bucket, or what did you think of the trailer in general?
I think it's gonna be mainly either Mantis or Rocket, or both of them are gonna die because they are focusing heavy on Rocket's backstory.
Yes. I think Rocket's definitely a safe bet. I think Drax, the only reason I say Drax is because Drax's whole thing for a while was killing Thanos. Well, he's dead now, so
He's got nothing else.
The only reason I think that Peter's going to survive is because I think that a chunk of this movie will be him trying to reconnect with Gamora again and try to reintroduce, rekindle the love that he had originally, because obviously it's a different Gamora, and I think that they're going to be the happy ending of all this crazy shit. Yes, Gina.
Question. Are you telling me that I watched Guardians of the Galaxy this entire time, and at no point in time did I ever realize that Star-Lord's actual name was Peter?
Yes.
Yep.
Peter Quill, I knew
Peter
that,
Quill.
and I hate Marvel. So
Listen, I legitimately thought his first name was Quill. I'm not even gonna.
Oh well, okay. Well, because Rocket, yeah, okay, I can see that, but yeah,
Because
no,
everybody always called him Quill, and
Quill,
he's like,
no,
it's Star-Lord.
I get that. I get that. God damn it! I thought JP was sharing another photo.
I'm done.
Travis, Adam Warlock was mentioned in the second one.
He is in the trailer. He is in the trailer for the third.
He is.
Here's where I have a huge problem with Endgame. I
There's a lot
forgot
of
to
problems.
mention this, and we never being the one. He should have gotten some redemption on Thanos at some point, and they did not finish that.
Well, that's the whole thing. Everybody that was there should have gotten some sort of redemption on
I
Thanos.
know, and I understand that. Gamora and fucking her sister
Nebula.
Nebula.
and Drax really are the only ones that I can think of that actually. I mean, yes, you got Iron Man and all them other ones. Got it. That's not what I mean. But they really story with Drax, like Connor just said, Thanos. All he wanted to do was kill Thanos.
Mm-hmm.
he had his opportunity to kill Thanos, but Thanos kicked the shit out of him.
That being said, I also really hope that Drax sticks around for a good chunk of the movie because the fucking he for the record, he is my favorite character out of all the Guardians. Mainly for the fucking comedic value he brought.
Because
See, I like Rocket.
he's Dave Bautista's another guy I don't think is a great actor. However, the character that
Well, it's
he
more the
played
writing for me, but yeah.
perfectly.
See,
Fit him
yeah.
perfectly. But the thing with his character, it was the character that he played that he can't metaphors or similes. I can't remember.
Metaphors, but yeah, I think both. Actually, both.
It's like
Oh.
over your head, he goes, nothing gets over my
I will
head.
catch
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So he
He
was funny at that because he would, and if you know Dave Bautista in his wrestling, was the one that really never talked that much until he got his shot and won the title, but he was always the one in the Evolution that that was such a great that is one of the best WWE stories ever.
Honestly,
that was so good.
Honestly, Dave Bautista, I've never really cared for his acting other than Guardians.
Mm-hmm.
But the character he played fit him though.
Right, because Drax has like this like dry, sarcastic sense of humor, that I think that Batista was able to encompass very, very well, and like they slowly kind of let Drax come out of his shell. Because if you look back at the first Guardians movie, Drax, he didn't say much. I mean, he had lines, but he didn't say much compared to like they kind of gave him a little bit more leeway to like bring in the comedic value in the second one, so I'm hoping that they stick with that with him for the third one, but I would like to kind of learn a little bit more about his backstory before they kill him off.
Travis brings up another good point here. Another good role that's going to be for him is Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We'll see.
If you played the game, Marcus Phoenix is the driest motherfucker in the entire game.
I'm also having Kratos saying
So
like, if it's not implied that Drax. Oh, sorry,
Go ahead.
Kratos was just saying in the chat, if it's not implied that Drax has been taking Mantis to Pound Town, it'll be a bust for me. They kind of teased a little bit. Sorry, they teased a little bit of it in a holiday special, but I don't think they're romantically involved. But go ahead, JP.
I do want. If you guys watched Halo at all,
No,
it's stupid.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I didn't watch it.
They tried doing it completely different. Heather knows what I'm talking about.
What it is, what the studio themselves said with Halo was, there's not much of an actual backstory or a story at all in the actual game itself for Halo, so it gave them a lot of creative license to try and create one.
They sucked at doing it.
Can we? I feel like this is an excellent segue going into the new trailer for
The Last of
Us, which I saw earlier thanks to Heather sharing it in the chat, and it looks fucking amazing.
I will say this. We were talking about that because I gotta go. I gotta get to bed.
Hurry up.
I do want to say this about The Last of Us. So I'm in the hotel. They got HBO.
Mm-hmm.
There's the HBO. How they do it is they actually show scenes of actual. That's an actual scene in the movie or show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What most trailers are, yes.
Well, no. If you look at some trailers, they don't
edited with music over it. It's an actual snippet.
This is an actual scene.
Oh, yeah, I get what you're saying. Yep.
So they do it. It's not like a 20-minute scene, but it's like a quick.
Yeah, they kind
scene.
of. Yeah, they splice the scenes together without chopping the scenes apart.
Yeah.
So yes, it's an actual scene without all that. So I'm not a huge zombie fan, but I have said, and I watched the video game story.
You also watch
Gamers Little Playground. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You ever seen them?
Yeah.
Watch that, and it intrigued me. Why don't they make this into a fucking movie?
It looks amazing. Like legitimately, the
Oh,
CGI effects are great.
story though. The story is so good.
Oh, the story's always been good. Like the story for the video game was fucking incredible. Between The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2, which I believe they're adding into the series as well eventually. They're both incredible stories. So they had one hell of a story to go off of, but I was really worried about the CGI effects and because I mean we all know how that works, you know.
They do have to do CGI with the whatever they're called. I can't remember.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that so like I was watching the trailer and what I loved about the trailer is they don't actually show them until the very end. And then you see them at the very end and they
Beto.
look incredible. Like when they're coming, you know, they're crawling out of the ground or whatever, it looks so good. I'm so excited for this. Like I don't think I've been this excited about a TV show or a movie coming out in
Since
a
She-Hulk?
very long time.
But
Fuck
oh my
She-Hulk.
God. I wanted to. I was gonna say I'm not a huge zombie fan, but I am truly looking forward to seeing this show. Really am. On that note, I have to go to bed, but I am looking forward to watching that. And Heather has an idea for you guys for that. So
Ooh.
We'll talk about it on there.
Yeah, I think Heather and Basement and I we all talked and I think we're doing a review of the show.
Uh-huh.
well,
All of
We'll
us.
talk more off air. So this way we're not giving too much false hope. Good
Okay.
night, love you.
Night, JP.
Heather, I will see you tomorrow. I love you.
Love you.
We'll talk to you guys probably Monday.
I'll send you my wish list on sensors later.
Good night, JP.
Night.
Love you.
Oh, one last thing. Dildos!
Right on. All right.
Yeah, but with The Last of Us 2 trailer too, also just looking through it, Basement had worries that Bella Ramsey was not going to be a very good Ellie because we are used to seeing her in Game of Thrones
Game of
Mhm.
Thrones.
and her character from that show. But holy fuck, seeing her in this trailer, completely different character. I think she's going to pull it off really well.
I mean, I like, from what I can see anyway from the trailer, I like her acting in it. I'm still not too much sold on her face.
Well,
Oh,
the whole
I'm
problem with
sorry.
that is fucking in the game itself, Ethan Page, as he is known now, threw a fit and sued them and said, "Stop using my face." So
Yeah.
that's the woman that turned man from Umbrella Academy, correct?
yes,
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. But I mean, okay, the scene that I was kind of like really worried about is if you guys remember in the game when they get to the university or the hospital or whatever where they're supposed to take Ellie and you get in the game and you're walking in there and everything's all green and there's the zoo animals and everything.
mm-hmm.
I was concerned about that. Now, mind you, in the trailer they don't show the animals or anything, but like just the green part of the actual scene, it looked almost exactly like the video game. It looks so great. I'm so fucking excited for the show. I'm so excited.
There's only one more. Actually, there's one more little trailer talk I wanted to talk about too. But there's actually a more excited thing. I'm more excited about as much as I am excited about this is Cocaine Bear.
Oh God, yes.
Oh God. I thought you were gonna say Indiana Jones, and I'm like,
That's
oh,
that,
story.
that's the
It's based on a true story.
that's the best part of it. And yes, Gina, that was the other part I was going to mention was the Indiana Jones trailer.
I'm not a fan
Of the trailer or Indiana Jones?
of Indiana Jones.
Dun, dun, dun,
Say
dun.
something right now. If that gets Kathleen Kennedy the fuck away from Star Wars, thank you.
I mean,
I've never been a big fan of Indiana Jones. It's like nothing against the movie itself. I'm sure it's a fine movie or whatever, but my dad used to torture me by watching those movies all the time. So
I'm gonna say something right now. You know Big Bang Theory, right?
yeah,
Amy Farrah Fowler.
love that.
yeah.
She says is 100%
She's
true.
Yeah, she is correct.
All of the facts that happen in every one of those movies would still happen whether he showed up or not.
Yep.
True.
I love that bit. But the yeah, the Cocaine Bear looks fucking just wonderful.
Yeah, that is.
I was kind of pissed it's going to be in theaters first because I'm like, we need to see that immediately. If it's anything like, what was it Willy's Wonderland that we watched with fucking Nicolas Cage? If it's anything along those lines, sold.
We do have to give this movie its due respect too, because it is the very last movie that Ray Liotta was part of.
Really?
Yes. I hate the fact that this is the last movie that Ray Liotta was a part of.
I'm not.
Because like Ray Liotta was one of my
don't hate
favorite.
that at all.
Yeah.
I fucking love it. That is perfect for his career. I mean, this is the man who fucking did Muppet movies.
True.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I think of Ray Liotta and I think of one of my favorite movies of all time. I think of Goodfellas. You know, like so I associate him with like that like mob kind of character. And now granted, I don't know what he's playing in Cocaine Bear. I don't know, but
what it looks like is he's still bringing that mob-like character to this movie with how he's dressed.
I'm trying to look it up right now. He
okay, now
is
I might be a little bit more on board.
Dentwood. Yeah, I mean, it's his name. His name of this character is Dentwood. So I mean, take your pick. But no, the Indiana Jones. I'm kind of in a similar boat of Gina. It's like I'm not like too thrilled about it, mainly because I mean I love the originals, but fucking Crystal Skull can go fuck itself.
It's been so fucking long. Like why?
And I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for it, but like the deep fakes are definitely there, which okay,
they are
fine, obviously. Not the worst
not just
movie.
No, it's not just the deep fakes, it's also the drastic de-aging. It's like, why couldn't you just cut a scene from the older film and splice it in? Save yourself money that way.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't look too bad from what I've seen in the trailer.
You know, Shrek's jizzing himself over it. Like, he's so excited.
That's why he's been quiet. Travis also did point, yes, Harrison Ford's going to be next Thunderbolt Ross. Yes, which is not for another couple of years. So the fact that they looped him in with Lucas, you know, for Indiana Jones, let's get you for Marvel, let's get you for everything. Let's just get sucked in there, and just get you in for any possible role. So I can't say I'm surprised.
I'm sorry, time out.
Yes.
Kratos, are you saying that you didn't like the story?
That's what he's saying. He did not like the story for Last of Us 2.
Now, mind you, I will say Last of Us 1 had a better story, but The Last of Us 2 was still pretty good.
Decent.
Yeah, it was still pretty damn decent. And I will say, last thing I'll say about The Last of Us trailer, I swear to God. But fucking, his name? Mando.
Pedro Pascal.
Yep.
Yes, Pedro does a fucking fantastic job. Like
he's got the voice nailed down for him.
He's got the voice nailed down, and he looks so fucking similar to Joel. I was kind of apprehensive when I first heard. I mean, Pedro's a fucking amazing actor. We all know that, but I was kind of a little apprehensive. But it looks like he nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
That, and I'm not gonna lie, Joel's one of my favorite video game characters of all time. So, him and Nathan Drake, man, like that's my guys right there.
Yep.
What the fuck? Why am I blanking? I can see the Nathan Drake fucking video game in the movie. What the fuck was the name of it?
Uncharted.
There we go. Jesus Christ! I'm like, oh yeah, and I just the fucking name just. There's still dildos.
Yeah, the Uncharted games are my favorite, like ever.
Oh man. I think we hit everything, right, ladies? We hit everything we
yeah, just a recap on an old story, just like catching everybody up to speed. No, I know we covered this a couple of weeks ago. The lady in Iowa that was accusing her father of being a serial killer, the FBI had her take a lie detector test yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know what the results are yet, but they were having her take a lie detector test because it would cost so much money for them to, dig where she's saying there's bodies. So they wanted to make sure that like the lie detector wasn't detecting any lies or whatever. So we'll keep you posted on that story. And then the last thing that I had was that story about that woman that was kidnapped in Texas from birth. Or not from birth. She was like 8 months old when she got kidnapped. She's 51 years old now, and they found her. And not only that, but they found her in the exact same city that she had been kidnapped in. She was kidnapped by the fucking babysitter.
How the fuck did? I mean,
apparently the babysitter changed her name and hid her very, very well. I'm assuming that she must have had some help, because I'm assuming that the babysitter was probably the first place the police went. So there had to have been somebody that had the baby when she was in for interrogation and all that stuff. But yeah, they proved it through DNA that she is, in fact, these people's long lost missing daughter. 51 years later, they found her.
I know shit like that is hard for me to wrap my head around, because I'm like, look, I know shit happens all the time, but like at some fucking point, you know what I mean? Like at some fucking point, you would think that something would have fucking happened that would have, God damn it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but like, Jesus Christ.
Well, yeah, and the fucked up part was like the lady, she had no idea that she had been kidnapped or anything, because it was actually found through relatives, and it was 22andMe DNA testing, and she just happened to be on 22andMe with her DNA, and it got linked together, and all of a sudden she discovers that she may be this missing child, and so she contacted the FBI. She contacted the FBI, that I forget what it's called, but it's the Center for Missing Exploited Children. That's what it's called.
I'm sorry, for a second I thought you just said missing and exploded children.
Oh, exploited children. But she contacted them, and they confirmed it through DNA, and she actually confronted the woman that kidnapped her, and the woman fessed up. She said, yeah, like, I took you when you were 8 months old. So
God damn.
But she is now reunited with her family, and she is planning on changing her last name back to her original last name and everything. So happy ending.
Yeah, that's why I never trust anybody other than JP's mom or Wendy's older sister.
Right. Yeah, I've only had outside of daycare, I've only had one girl watch my kids, and I've known her since she was in elementary school. So, and she only watched the kids, I think, like 2 or 3 times when I had to go to work. So outside of family, obviously.
My kids are like fucking clones of me. So they're clearly my kids.
Yeah, they would be kidnapped and then returned within 20 minutes.
We know who they are. We know who you are. What? Yeah, go home. Oh man. But anyway, I think that's I think we hit a good stride. A lot of good stuff this evening with
For sure.
What's that?
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, for sure there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fucking an hour on dildos. We'll hit that again.
That was your fault.
Listen, you brought the story up.
It was Christmas sweaters.
Uh-huh. And what did that story lead to?
Spencer's?
Being stuck in the dildo section at Spencer's.
Can't help but I got stuck in the dildo section at Spencer's.
Don't you know?
I was trying to get out. It just wouldn't let me go.
Don't you know? Anyway.
Reached out and grabbed you.
I mean, Jesus Christ, the fucking length of some of those things, they probably fucking had a hand.
I was just gonna say.
Want to thank everybody for joining us. Appreciate it as always. We do these. We do No Bucks Given live every Saturday night. However, I think we're gonna be switching up the schedule a little bit soon in the near future. I think we're gonna switch it.
Basement once he gets his schedule set.
Yeah, so just make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell, and make sure you download us on your favorite podcasting platforms. We're on Anchor, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, and so many others. Links are in the description. Make sure you guys check out all the wonderful members of the Horny Goat crew on the social medias. You can follow us on Twitter at the Horny Goat 1, and pretty much you can find, I think, everybody's Twitter at that point in time. Once you guys follow us, and make sure you check out all the other previous content. I don't think we have a Marvel Roundtable this week because we are pretty much caught the fuck up. So yeah, we'll figure.
Oh,
something
maybe
out.
I'll go live on Monday
Oh,
night
yeah, with God of War.
more
Yeah.
God of War.
God of War, absolutely.
Swearing every fucking other word like you always. That was the. I literally like had to walk away for a second, and I came back, and I just hear you like shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, piss, cunt, like fucking cunt, like literally. It
I'm
was,
gonna make one of these times. For Tim. I'm gonna do this for Tim. One of these times, I'm gonna make a challenge to myself that I have to go a whole fucking stream without saying the word fuck.
Just the word fuck or cursing in general.
No, specifically the word fuck, because fuck is my favorite word.
We'll think of a punishment if you fail.
Yeah.
Oh God, just please don't have it put me in the hospital like Basement with Pickle Juice.
No, I will be in charge of discussing it and setting the parameters.
Tempting. Tempting. Thank you, Gina. Thank you to Heather. Thank you to JP and all you cool cat and kittens. We'll see you guys in the near future. So make sure you subscribe, check out everything else, and we will see you guys in the near future, like I just said. I don't know how to fucking end this thing. Peace out, bitches.
Hi guys.